Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to YouGarden. You right, Rebecca?
I'm all right, Daniel.
Thank you. Oh, we're very formal. Hello, I'm Dan. I know. I'm here occasionally. Occasionally I'm here.
Very, but it's nice to have you.
I feel like I'm part of the team and the community.
You
I'm always
are part of the
commenting. I see you on
team.
TikTok,
Absolutely.
on Facebook, with Adam, yourself, with Sean, of course. I didn't nearly forget his name. Stu, Matthew on the ones and twos today, which I'm very excited about.
Matthew's on the ones and twos, absolutely, pushing all the buttons.
He is, just like that. Thank you for joining us here in the Potting Shed. Of course, you can watch it on Facebook and YouTube, and we love your comments, don't we, Bex?
We do indeed, yeah. I've got the iPad ready and open, so Morning Dingo, you're first in on the comments. Thank you very much. Of course, Matt is looking after Facebook, so if you're watching on there, he will read your comments for us.
Yes, indeed. So any questions about any products, or just let us know what you're up to. We're a big fan of photos of everyone's gardens.
Always, yeah.
Patios, big gardens, small gardens, front. Maybe you've just purchased something that's planted, it's now coming through from last year. Maybe you're going to shop right now today. It's all on the YouGarden website. And it's always free P&P, which is like a new thing for me anyway.
Yeah, absolutely everything. No building baskets anymore. You can come in and buy one item and it's free postage, or you can buy everything on the show and it's free postage.
So we are here live for the next 3 hours and this afternoon on TikTok as well. So if you've got a TikTok account, do follow YouGarden on there. There's plenty on there. Should we wander this way now?
I think we're going to do these
Or
first.
these now?
I think we want to do these first.
Let's hit the big pots.
the big pots.
The barrel pots. Yes?
Nah,
the heavy duty oaky copy, some
these
absolute
ones.
classics. We have got some other pots on here too. Right, the code on the screen, YGTV 2025. That's what activates free P&P, right?
That's what activates absolutely everything. So, for example, on this one, there's a couple of quid saving, so you'll get the saving by putting the code in, but it also activates that free postage as well. So the code is the most important thing. Well, no, the plants and the pots and the compost are the most important thing. Yeah. But the code is what activates everything as far as savings are concerned.
So, Anna, we'll talk more about joining the club. I know most of your club members already. If you're not, we'll cover it all so you can save even more. But whether you're a club member or not, been shopping for a million years, or your very first time this Sunday, YGTV 2025 for every single order. I am very familiar with the heavy duty pot.
Yes,
I am not familiar with this bundle of the different sizes.
Yeah, no, we brought this in. This is new, literally in the last couple of weeks.
This is new.
This is new, Dan.
New
it's
for
new.
you.
So we've got 5 heavy duty pots for you. We've got 3 of the 30 litres,
right,
which I'm holding here. We've got 1 of the 35 litre, but we've got the big daddy.
This is a whopper.
Yeah, the 50 litre heavy duty pot. Heavy duty, of course, because they are strong, sturdy, designed to last. I mean, I've had mine, I think 8-10 years, something like that. I've never broken one of these, and that's because the handles are moulded into place. So, I mean, I try, but you can't break these, honestly. They are so strong. They are commercial, professional growing pots for a few different reasons, but the most important thing is the amount of drainage that you get in these. Most plants hate sitting wet.
Okay.
Most plants, I mean, they can recover from drought easier than they can recover from being sat in, constant soaking soil. It causes the roots to rot, and that can be the death of a lot of plants. But these pots have drainage holes at the bottom. These new ones actually have the channels here as well. They're not sitting flat on the ground, which means that any excess drainage can run away. Now, in here, if I can get my fingers in, hold on, let me find out where I'm going. There's 3 holes that side, there's 3 holes the other side as well, so you've got 6 drainage holes there.
Little sidey holes.
6 there, 6 there, 6 there, plus you've got the big drainage holes all the way around the edge as well. So there's, your plants are not going to sit wet, basically.
Marvellous.
So this is one of the reasons they are a professional growing pot. But they're strong, they're tough, they're sturdy, and you can use them for so many different things. I am using them a lot at the moment because I might be moving house later this year, so my gardening is very much consisting of container gardening, because obviously I don't want to leave my plants behind. Sean's got his Christmas trees in them. We use it for collecting up deadheading before it goes into the
weeding right now, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Now's the time.
I really need to get out and do some weeding.
Gosh, it's never ending. That's part of the joy.
But customers, I know you were emailing us a little while ago and letting us know what you use them for. I've got them under the counter in the kitchen for collecting the recycling in. Somebody uses it for collecting their washing in. It's like their washing bin. You can stack your bamboo canes in them rather than falling all over the place. I've got one in my shed, so every time I go in, I pick it up. It's got my trowel, my kneeling pad, my gloves, my secateurs. So I pick it up, take it out, use all those things, and then put all the dead headings and the cuttings in there as well.
You're talking about laundry.
Yes.
So I was hanging out the washing yesterday.
Yeah.
Max.
Oh, my
it will be mildly relevant, friends at home, I promise. Maybe. And what we take out is like a green shopping basket.
Right.
From Safeway.
Okay.
Now, no way, yes way, Safeway. I don't think I've ever been in a Safeway. Do they still exist anymore? Not sure. Pop it in the comments. Where I got this green Safeway shopping basket from?
No idea.
No idea. I mean, probably from Safeway, and you're probably not meant to take them. But I don't think Safeway's been around for maybe a decade. So when I moved house... I
love that you're carrying a little basket.
Can't forget this. Absolutely, that's where we like shopping. More importantly, though, to get your heavy-duty pots, your nested off, so you get 4, saving a couple of £1 off. Club members even more. Don't forget you can get free... Imagine, this is what I love, posting this to a friend, a present, whatever it is. Obviously, it's heavy, because they're not... Obviously, all together, there's a weight. They're not heavy, but there's a weight to them when you get them all together. Free P&P when you're using that code on the screen, YGTV2025. No matter if they, as you were saying, just to repeat, if your order's £1 or it's £100, if I put that code in, it's free P&P.
Absolutely, and I love that these all stack inside each other. I mean, we call them the nest of pots, so they will all stack. However, you're always going to be using them, so I don't think you're ever going to need to use that feature of it because these will be in use constantly. Now,
on the website, you can see on the bottom of the screen, YouGarden.com. That is the website. There's the item number at the top of the screen, 130681. You can just search heavy duty. You can shop the show, can't you, when you click on live? There you go. YouGarden TV, top right corner. Hey, whilst you're there, have a look around the rest of the website. Obviously, there's an awful lot you were mentioning about gloves and secateurs and tools and all sorts
on there.
There's loads on there, but if you click on the TV side of things, because you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube Live, you're going to get free P&P on those items, YGTV 2025. It's not the only drum on the show.
No, well, if you want something just a little bit more decorative, I don't mind these. I really like them.
Do
I've
the job,
got loads of things planted in them. But if you're looking for something a little bit more decorative, then we do have another new addition for you, which is the barrel planter. And this is actually a pack of 3 of them. They are a 50-litre capacity. You've got 45cm diameter. So these are nice big pots for you. Now, there are no drainage holes in the bottom of here. You can see there's little circles on the bottom. So it is a guidance if you want to drill some holes in the bottom.
Right.
Nice and easy to drill holes in plastic pots.
Yep.
Dead simple. You know, just get your drill out and it's not going to cause any damage. It's just going to put the holes in there for you. But we were saying you could actually use these to create a water feature out. If you didn't drill the holes in, you could actually make a water feature out of them. They've got the lovely design on there, so they've even got the sort of wood graining design on there. Yeah. They've even got the little rivets on there too. I think Stu was saying this the other day about if you've got like a little like gold or silver pen or something or other, you could colour those in and make it look even more authentic.
Oh, you could. Like
how
maybe
cool would that be?
Like some wax or something like that.
But these are nice big size and you are going to get 3 of them. Now there is a saving on these for you of £15.
Hang on. So, should be £60.
Yeah.
In my world, that's £20 a pot.
Yes.
Is that right? Is that right? Is that how that maths works?
20,
46? No?
I think we do them individually for £30 each. The bundle is a saving already, and then we're taking discount off that
I'm looking at the screen like maybe you are too. £38.22 for them all. Bar £8, that's half price.
I know, right?
That's very good. And, as you say, postage included there, YGTV 2025. Use that here as well, getting that price. And now, there's your club price then. If you're not a club member, you're already saving, you say, £15 off, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
How do I become a club member? Why do I become a club member?
It's really easy. You can do it on the first order. So put stuff in your basket. It'll give you the option to join the club. Cost you £10 to join. That is your membership for the year. It's on auto renewal. You can cancel that. So we're not trying to tie you in at all, but you'll find you'll want to stay a member because you make so many savings. So on your first order, you can start saving 15%, and then every time you place an order, 15%. There's some items on the website, your like outdoor living and stuff, you'll get 7.5% off that, but you also get £20 of YouGarden vouchers that get sent to you in the post. You'll get a couple of free postage vouchers worth $6.99 each. So if you are shopping the website where there is postage attached, you can still get free postage on those as well.
Yes.
15% every single time you shop, and it just costs a tenner to join. So it's a really cool club. We've got over 45,000 members. And they stay members because of the savings that they make. I'm a member. I save lots of money by shopping at YGTV.
My mum still isn't a member.
Oh, she needs to join.
Jean,
come on, Jean.
If you're watching right now,
Mum
has been shopping with YouGarden for ages. She gets the catalogue through the post.
Nice.
She loves to shop. She shops there because of the price and obviously the quality. But she isn't a member yet. And I'm like, Mum, you know, I do some stuff on YouGarden, and she's like, well, I heard you might sometimes, but, you know, I just goes on the website, she doesn't watch on Facebook and YouTube. Like, you're going to be saving even more, Jean.
You could be, Jean.
If you see my mum staggering around the streets, just tell her, like I try and do as well, join the club, absolutely. So for the barrel planters, 130692. We're going to go to lots of plants, lots of flowers on the way, some grow your owns as well on the show, but we've also got the Empire Tower Pot.
Yeah, now we sold out of our Tower Pot recently and it was out of stock for several weeks, but we have now got the original one back in actual fact. This is the Empire Tower Pot. I actually really like this one. I love the design that you've got on the pot at the bottom, first of all.
That's a bit like, I guess, the finish Stu was maybe talking about, that you could, if you wanted to. I get it, like a bit of like a brass rubbing, sort of wax. Absolutely. Metallic
it's slightly taller than the other Tower Pot by about 10 centimetres as well, which is brilliant. And it comes in 2 sections here. The previous one came in 3 sections. They clip together really easily, so it clips together here and it obviously clips together at the base. This is for all of your climbing plants. Well, most of them. I would not put a climbing rose in here just because they're too big, they're too tall, they're too woody, and maybe some of the more vigorous types of clematis I wouldn't put in here. But I would put our wisteria in here, the amethyst falls, our Tricolour star jasmine in here, sweet peas, I grew those in here last year. I'm currently growing I've forgotten the name. Thumbergia.
Okay. I was like a tomato house.
I'm growing in here as well. You could grow some types of climbing cucumber plants in here. There's loads of things. All your sort of climbing plants. What I love is that it's freestanding. I can pick it up and I can take it with me. So that's a real
double bubble, right? Because you've got the support all the way to the top, but also you can move it around if you move house, or just move it around your garden, or even if you haven't got. I talk a lot about maybe presumptuous that people have grass and garden space. But if you haven't, you've got a patio, you've got a balcony, you live in a flat, something like that, you can still use these.
Absolutely. And the other great thing is that you get a 360-degree sort of display with this. Normally with a climbing plant, you're growing it up a wall, up a fence, something like that, so you get that view of it. Whereas with this one, if it's in the middle of the garden, it looks great from that side of the garden. It also looks good from this side of the garden. It's lightweight, it's durable, made of frost-resistant UV-stable plastic, so designed to last for years. It's one of my favourite things. You all know this. I've got 5 of them. I know some of you in the chat, you've got even more than that. So yeah, it's a brilliant one. One of my favourite items that we bring you at YouGarden.
I can still, so I know it's all about free P&P. I can multi-order at the same time and still get free P&P, still get that discounted price. Okay, so if you'd rather 19.54, that is your club price. 130108 was your item number for the Empire side of things. Shall we go this way?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
favourites table, of course. We need to take you over to the favourites. It has changed slightly this week, based on what you have been buying.
Has it?
What did you do then?
I just pushed it. I leant on it and it dropped. Is that okay, Matthew? Is that okay?
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, fine. Thank you for joining us, by the way. Really excited this Sunday. 3 hours live on Facebook and YouTube, and then after all, then TikTok this afternoon.
Indeed, yes.
Big old gardening day. We're starting at the Oleanders, though, I believe.
That's where we've stopped, so that's what we'll do.
That's what I heard. Sometimes we go, but we can do whatever we want. It's a Sunday.
Yeah, no, you've been loving the Oleander tricolour. Now, we do the Oleander in individual colours, and we do have a deal on pairs of the white and the pink coming up later if you'd like the individual colours. But you have been loving the tricolour, that's why it's appeared on the favourites table. So you are going to get 3 colours in one. These are nursery shots. Did you do this yesterday?
Yesterday. Matthew was out there with his Nokia.
That's it, he was out there getting shots of it for you so that you can have a look at what the stock is actually looking like. So these are recent shots on the nursery. You get 3 colours in the one pot. So if you've been wondering which colour to go for and you haven't been able to decide, you don't need to anymore.
I love the pots, by the way.
Yeah, they're cute, aren't they?
They're wonderful.
I like it. I mean, look, you're going to pot it up into something else. You might go into the ground with these, but you have got the 3 colours in there. The pink one there, got the buds on, waiting to open. The red over here, which is a beautiful kind of more deep pink, almost verging on the red colour, and then you've got that pure white included in there as well. They are multi-stemmed, multi-branched, they are evergreen plants first of all, so you've got the foliage all year round and you have a really long flowering season with these. They're blooming now, have been for a few weeks, and they will keep going right the way through to, well, I was going to say winter, but I mean autumn, sorry. All you've got to do is a little bit deadheading as the flowers go over, trim it back behind the stem, it'll encourage more of these blooms to come through. Once they get established, they're really drought tolerant, they grow grow freely across the Mediterranean. You know, they grow along roadsides and things.
Yes.
You get off on holiday and they're there growing away. Nobody's looking after them, nobody's tending them. So it does mean that these are very drought-tolerant plants once they get established. They do need a little bit of winter protection though. They can cope with a little bit of minus temperature once they get established, but you might need to give them some winter protection. Fleece wrapping, things like that, or maybe moving it closer to the house can make the few degrees difference that is needed.
So we've got a comment from Marissa saying hers is on the way
Yay,
already, which is
good.
very, very exciting. Do leave your comments or questions. I just want to say hello. Facebook and YouTube is where we'll be monitoring for this show. Now, Alistair Simon's also here. Grimmy, is it Grimmy?
Grimmy.
Grimmy, Olwyn, lots of regular names joining us this morning. Thank you so much. Now then, I know a lot of those names are regulars. If you're not a regular, you just tuned in because someone's recommended or you just stumbled across the page and you look at this and you go, I understand how I get things home from the garden centre. I'll pick it up myself, carry it to the car, leave it in the footwell, hope it doesn't fall over, etc., etc. This is beautifully and blooming, yes, already beautiful and blooming. How does this arrive home? If I'm ordering it online, if you like, how is this delivered to my house?
Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually. So they all come really beautifully boxed. We're actually transitioning over to new boxes as well. That's all lovely branding, but they're stronger boxes.
Okay.
We're just working through our old stock, but yes, we've got new packaging coming. YouGarden have been sending plants in the post for, it's over 20 years YouGarden have been in business.
Yeah.
So they're pretty well rehearsed at this, pretty well practiced. We've got about 30-something different types and sizes of boxes to fit the individual sizes and types of plants that we've got. They come with little supports in there. They put bamboo canes in to hold them in place. They come with a plastic bag around the pot as well, because obviously they're being transported. Sometimes a little bit of the compost might come loose. So rather than it all ending up in the box, it ends up in the bag for you. So it's there's lots of things that have been thought about, and so yeah, they've been practiced at it. They've been doing it for a long time, and we've improved the packaging recently, so it's a bit stronger.
I really like, so obviously arriving at yours, or the address you give us, maybe you're ordering for mum or auntie or a present, you could pop a different address in there after all.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just sort of shop with confidence that what you see right now, or that footage that you just saw that Matt filmed yesterday, that one of those will be plucked out of the nursery right here, and then this will be delivered to your house. And obviously then it's just going to be, once you've in a pot, right, or in the ground, going to grow even more perfect. For $15.29, that is your discount club price with free P&P if you use the code YGTV 2025. Anything more to add here? I know we're going to come back to things and talk a lot more in greater detail.
We'll come back to it, but I think I've covered all the care. You need to give it a bit of winter protection, evergreen, long flowering.
Shall we continue on?
Yes, let's talk about Cuphea next, shall we?
Cuphea.
Cuphea,
thank goodness you introduced that, because I would have called it something very different. 401-519. This is what I love, because I say I'm here every few months. I get really excited when I get the nod to come over. When one, because then I know Sean's somewhere else, but two, then I get to spend time with you guys as well. But I haven't seen this one before, so there's potentially always something new for you.
Yeah, here. I love this. This was brand new to us here in the potting shed this week. This is not one that I've presented previously, so I'm really excited when we get brand new plants in. And we knew this would be a favourite. This was on the favourites table on Thursday, and it has kept its place. Look at those flowers. They are so pretty. Lovely colour combinations that you've got here, and this is an absolute wildlife magnet, so this is going to be really awesome at bringing those pollinators into your garden. Cuphea are known for being quite weather tolerant as well, so this is great when we never know what kind of summer we're going to get. I'm hoping it's going to be a lovely, glorious, hot, gorgeous one. Certainly up to now, it would suggest that we're going to have that kind of summer, but we never know. And these can be really nicely weather tolerant. They don't require a huge amount of deadheading either, so it could be a low maintenance solution for you in your garden. Each one of these beautiful plug plants is going to reach about 30-35 centimetres. So these are fantastic for your pots, for your front of borders, maybe in the top of your hanging baskets.
Look how thick those stems are.
I know, they're really sturdy. They're not trailing ones, they're quite upright, and the flowers have actually started to open. We were showing you this the other day and saying there's buds on here, and yes, it is actually starting to open up and flower now as well. They want a nice sunny spot in your garden. Don't put them in a shady one. They can probably cope with a little bit of shade. Part shade will be fine, but they do want some nice sunshine on them as well.
And again, maybe I'm not getting obsessed with it already, but like the packaging and how it's arriving to the little system, particularly for the plugs, you'll see it all over.
I really like these. So these are our miniature greenhouses, and when you come with different colours in the pack, so this gets 3 colours in there, there's 2 of each, it's actually labelled for you on there. So you've got the names, and then they relate to the letter of the alphabet, which you can see on the pods at the bottom there. So if you are colour coordinating in any way, you can then do that because you know which colour is which in the packaging.
Your price is on the screen, £11.04 by being in the club, 401519. Very good point, Matt and Iria there saying that like paper or silk flowers. There's several on this counter actually. When we get to the African daisy, they don't look real. They're so spectacular. They're coming up these ones coming up in just a second. But before that, next to here, Helianthus.
Yes, indeed. Well done.
Now this is spectacular. This is what I mean. Imagine getting this delivered to your home. Maybe it's but is it?
It is.
About to say for a birthday present, if you even need an excuse, or for when Mother's Day was, or get well soon, or anything like that at all. This, however, buy one get one free for $16.99, free P&P with the code. Now, is this one, team? Rightly or wrongly? There's no wrong answer here. Buy one, get one free. Is it automatically buy one, get one free, or does the code activate buy one, get one free?
The code activates it. So when it's a buy one, get one free, you put one in your basket, you enter the code, and it will automatically put another one into your basket for you. So
Excellent.
Just put one in your basket, make sure you're using that code. That's why we bang on about this code all the time, because that's what's going to add that free one in. If you don't use the code, you're missing out on a free item. Helianthus Sunbelievable. Sunbelievable, I love this name, because it is unbelievable, this one. Now, the secret to success with this is that it's a sterile plant, which means that it can't set seed. It's just going to keep flowering for you. This is what is amazing about this particular plant. It flowers constantly and prolifically, right the way from now all the way through. We had some lovely pictures from, I know it begins with A, it's either Andrew or Anthony. Andrew, I'm so sorry, Andrew. There it is. He sent these pictures in for us last year. These pictures were taken in October.
Oh, wow.
October, and I think, if memory serves me right, there's 3 plants in the picture. It's either 2 or 3, can't remember. But so many flowers on here. Now, looking at the plant in front of us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one going over. That's how good this plant is. It's already got flowers going over. 8 flowers open, but then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 7 odd flowers waiting to open up. All you've got to do is, for example, with this one, take it down the stem, chop that off, deadhead that off. It'll just keep, I mean, to be perfectly honest, it doesn't need encouraging to produce more flowers because of its sterile nature.
Those pictures were huge. So I guess this, if you put it in a bigger pot, I could put it in the ground. Can I put it in the ground?
You can if you want to.
But I'm thinking if ever an excuse to get hold of those barrel pots, for example.
I feel it. So this will grow to approximately 50-60 centimetres height spread here.
Okay.
So each one of those, you're going to get 2, obviously, in the deal here. But about 2 feet height spread.
Right, yeah.
So 2 barrel planters, you're probably done for the entire of summer with those. Once that gets going, it will fill it and it will constantly flower for you all the way through summer. Once a nice sunny spot in your garden, it's a sort of sunflower, but a miniature one we were talking about here. So a nice sunny spot in your garden and it will just bloom constantly. I think it's just a winner, that one.
Please, if you're just joining us, pop the code in there, YGTV 2025, Y, free P&P, and it will activate the buy one, get one free. Here's your item number, 560541, but after all, on YouGarden.com.
I forgot to say it's an award winner as well.
Oh, bravo.
Hey, at the RHS Chelsea Flower Show 2018, it got like 3rd place.
Wow.
It's such a prestigious event. I'm going on Tuesday, I can't wait.
Are you?
I am, yeah. But yeah, this was amazing. It won a 3rd place trophy at the RHS Chelsea Flower Show because it's just amazing. It's flowering ability.
Will you swing by my friends who have the art gallery? They're there. They display it every year. Go see Graham and Glenn.
Yes, I will. Absolutely.
What are you doing on Tuesday, Matt?
You're
not going to Chelsea? No, me neither. No.
Sorry.
But you're going, which
I'm going.
Who are you going with? With
YouGarden, Harkness stand.
Are you? Go
so
business.
Special invite.
Because you've been there as a punter before, haven't you?
I'm there for the gala evening, which is when it's closed to the public, and you get to go in the evening, and you get wine and stuff.
Are you going? Is Sean Ryan going?
Sean's going. Adam's going. The head gardener will be there.
Is Stu going?
Stu's going.
Oh, Matt.
I'm so sorry, Matt.
Hey, Matt, should me and you hang out? So Matt hasn't quite made the cut. I haven't made the cut, which is fine. I mean, I'm just a visitor here.
I'll take pictures for you, Matt.
Is Sean going to bring... Now, talking about awards after all, because last time I was here, it was all the way back in Feb, Sean was very much petitioning hard to win his QVC Golden.
Yeah, he's won several.
Yes, he has now.
I won a couple. Did I win 2 or 1? 2, I think I won. So Sean's got loads more now, though.
What? You've won some too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, he's there more often than
Do you
me.
carry yours around like Sean? Because I know he's made them into chains, so now he has like this massive swinging, like, what they're called?
Golden trowels.
Golden trowel, that's it, around his neck as well. He carries around like Olympic medals.
Yeah, like the mayor.
Yeah, do you do that? No. You don't?
No.
Okay. I did pass him in Safeway several years ago whilst he was wearing those, clanging around. He can't get through security, any sort of metal detector. Yeah, why not, Matt? I don't blame you. Anyway, Matt's moved on to the azaleas. 511451 for you. These are really pretty.
They are, aren't they? I do love an azalea. And look at those flowers. So azalea, rhododendrons, these are prolific flowers in springtime, aren't they? I mean, I always say about these that they fill a gap. So when your spring bulbs are all done and dusted, and then we're getting ready for summer and we're waiting for some of those summer blooms to come through, this is where azaleas fill that amazing gap because they just bloom amazingly. You have evergreen foliage on azaleas, so yeah, you've got that foliage all year round, but when the flowers come, look, it smothers the plant. You can barely see the foliage anyway. I always think they're very showy. They are show-offs, aren't they? They just
they're
want
real
you to
frill
look
on
at
a
them.
frock, aren't they?
Well, I always think they look like, we were talking about it with one of the others, but these really do look like silk flowers. These don't look real. They're amazing. And you get a good few weeks out of these. Now, you do need ericaceous compost for your azaleas. They are acid-loving plants, so please make sure that you plant them in that acid soil, the ericaceous. If you need it, it's available on the website for you. You can grow them in pots, which is perfect if you don't have acid soil in your garden. If you've already got acid soil in your garden, you can go straight into the ground with these. Now, if you want them in the ground, but you don't have acid soil, there is something you can do. You can bury the pots.
Okay.
So you can plant them into pots. You can bury the pot. I would leave the lip of the pot just sticking up slightly out of the ground, just so you don't get any leaching of, neutral soil going into the pot. You keep it nice and sort of acid within there, but you can make it look like it's in borders as well, which I think is, some people like that. But pots is absolutely fine. Dappled shade or part shade position is perfect. They don't want to sit in hot baking sun all day long. That's how you're going to get the best flowering ability out of them. They're lovely quality plants as well. Let's pick one at random. Did I take this out of the pot the other day? Nope. There you go. So that is a lovely rooty plant for you, raring to grow. You can see that root structure in there. None of the compost is falling away. So they just want to get growing. And the thing with azaleas and rhodies is, with the right care, the acid soil, and I mean minimal care, you can actually have them in your garden for many, many, many years.
That is incredible how they grow. That picture we saw a second ago. Like,
gorgeous, isn't it?
Huge, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. $19.52, your discount club price. 511451, your azalea. Encore, Sunburst. You get all 3 in the 8cm pot, saving yourself £7. Even more off if you're a club member. Now, this next one caught my eye the second we walked in because
it catches everyone's eye. This one.
It's the colouring. Doesn't look real. It's beautiful. That sort of starburst, dark to light coming out there. Divine, Bex.
I mean, it's like a sunset or a sunset more than anything, actually. I love the golden yellow tips that you've got on the petals, and then that graduation of colour through to that magenta centre that you've got on there. Osteospermum, I mean, they're prolific flowers, so a bit like the Helianthus, this is just going to keep going for you all summer long. You do have to keep on top of your deadheading with Osteospermum. Do that, because if you don't, they will sort of just slow down a little bit. But it's easy, just as those flowers fade, give them a little trim and it will keep flowering for you. You're getting 3 9cm pots. So look at them already. Loads of flowers open, but loads and loads of buds.
Yeah.
So 2 flowers open on this one, but I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
more around there,
12, 13.
Oh, little diddy one.
Keeps going. There's loads of buds on there waiting to open up. Each one of these plants will reach approximately 30 by 30 centimetres. So 3 of those pots is going to fill a wonderful gap in your border, or maybe into pots as well. Bright sunny spot, remember. They were one of my favourite things I grew a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Just in a pot on my patio, in that sunshine, and every day they looked amazing. Some colour combinations on plants really stand out in sun, but also on a dark, miserable kind of, summer days. Sometimes we get them, don't we?
Yeah.
But even on those dull, sort of horrible summer days, those illuminate.
That's a perfect way of describing it, because it almost feels like they're almost like reflective, aren't they? They're almost radiant, which is incredible in how they look. So $15.97. I know it's even more off for club members, but 560-812. We're going to recap in just a second, but in nice and early this morning, just gone 10 a.m. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouGarden TV. Use the code YGTV 2025, by the by, to save even more and to get free P&P on everything. And just to say that free P&P, Bex, I know we're used to building baskets, how many have done it on many different channels. You could order 10 times today, 100 times today. Each time, use the code again.
This is the great thing. If you see something you like, you could place an order for it, and then in 10 minutes' time, you see something else you like, you could place an order for it. You don't have to put it all into one order. There's no downside to placing multiple orders because there's no postage to pay.
Yeah.
So just as you like it, buy it.
Because we all do that, like buying clothes in the supermarket. Got to put it all in one thing to save
on the postage.
I get to £50 and get free P&P every single time. Very quickly, a lot of questions coming in about the oleanders.
Yeah, loving the oleanders. This is shots from the nursery, taken just yesterday by our lovely Matt. So this is the stock. This is the tricolour where you can get all three together in the same pot, but we do have options where you can go for the individual colours. So, for example, you've got the white one, which we call Sir Agnes. I don't know what that means. Sister Agnes, that's it. We've given them names this year, but essentially it is the white one for you. You can get two 15cm pots, so same size as the tricolour, and a massive saving on there. We've also got the red available.
Oh,
as
wow,
a
that's like £30 off.
Well.
That was? Amazing.
It was, yeah, it's amazing
That was like £30 off, that was.
That's the tricolour details we're looking at, but you can get the red as a pair as well if you want to, with that same saving as well.
So there you go, you see nearly £50 worth down to 21 and then some, yeah. And free P&P after all. We want you to save £25, even more off. That's another 15% off.
I know.
So there you go. So half price, then 15% off that half price.
No, I think it's half. I think it's 15% off the full price as well, which is. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. But listen, we give you a discount and then we give you 15% off, which I just think is crazy.
Yeah, it'd be $7.50 off.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Price.
You're right.
Not only on this one.
I'll shut up.
Only on this one.
It's all good.
Honestly, that's all. Go on then, Matt. We'll talk about only a standard as well. There you go. Again, you say 25% off there. Those prices you're seeing in the red. There's the white that we just spied. They are your non-club prices, so absolutely make sure you're clicking in and seeing the true price of it into your basket on YouGarden. YouGarden.com is the website. I know a lot of you are watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook. Do say hello. What are you up to? What have you just planted? What's just blooming? Let me quickly recap for you, then we'll crack on live in the studio after all. You saw this a second ago. Is it Cuphea?
Cuphea,
yes. Okay, Cuphea. 401-519. Almost like fancy plants, don't they? Beautiful, elegant petals there. For £11.04, you got the 6 plug plants there. 401-519 to get those home. Also on the show, you've got the Helianthus Sunbelievable brown-eyed girl, exploding in colour in here. These aren't super huge sunflower climbers, if you like. You're not going to win a height competition with these. That's not the point of them. Like they're mini sisters, if you like. But it's a buy one, get one free. What does that mean? Well, obviously it means you're going to get one for free, but only with the code YGTV2025. That code at the bottom left side of your screen, YGTV2025, will get you 2 of these for $16.99. 560541. A lot of you are loving the pictures of the Azalea Encore Sunburst. 3 of these in the 8cm pots. These are one that Beck said it needs ericaceous compost. If you haven't got that, of course, you could plant the pots included as well in your ground. 511451. By the way, if you want greater pots, if you want decorative pots, if you want larger pots, they're all available on the show. YouGarden.com is where you'll see everything there. The one we were just seeing, that was sort of like reflective. Is it metallic sunburst finish on these? Absolutely divine. The African daisy, Osteospermum Purple Sun. There they are. 3 9cm pots here. 560812. Love these. They are all grown on right here in the YouGarden nurseries. Whilst you take a chance to check out your baskets, here's the wonderful Sean Ryan showing you around these.
So I grew these plug plants from YouGarden, the Osteospermum Purple Sun, and I think they look magnificent. I mean, the colours on these are absolutely beautiful. Now, I have got a confession to make. I did slightly overplant. So if you're thinking, how do I achieve that look? These are big pots, about 45 centimetres, and I did put 6 plants in each. So I could have got away with less, but I don't know. I'm a bit greedy, and I just think they look fantastic like this. So yeah, if you want to grow them, they're from YouGarden, they're the Osteospermum Purple Sun, and these are going to flower all summer long.
Staggering, isn't it? The bloom, the coverage, and how even as well.
Yeah, they do sort of go in a nice sort of domed shape. It's lovely. Sean's video there really shows it off to its potential and what it can look like. It's really nice.
So if you want that exact same result, 560812. You're saying hello today on YouTube and Facebook. Anyone we should say hi to, Rebecca?
We should say hello to Karis on Facebook, who
hello.
I believe has joined us. She's found us on TikTok and has come
I like
over.
that way.
So lovely. Becca Boo, I know you're in the chat here. You found us. Now, Becca Boo, you were asking something about stopping cats using your flower bed as a litter tray, and somebody else has come in and given you that advice. You need something called Scaredy Cat. We do sell it, but I think it might be out of stock.
What is that?
Matt's going to have a little look. So it's this plant. It's called Coleus canina. It's a lovely foliage plant. It's sort of half hardy, can get through some winters. If you plant it somewhere sheltered, hopefully you'll get it through. But it produces a smell that, it's currently out of stock, but that's what you need to look for. I'm sure we'll get it back in stock soon, but it's that you need. Yeah, you can put your email in and they'll let you know when it's back in stock. Look, we've got a notify me button.
That cat isn't liking it. It clearly works.
Right, it's supposed to... I love that picture of that cat that looks so grumpy. Look at him.
It's like, I don't like it.
I don't like this. But yeah, it produces a smell that...
there she is.
It produces a smell that they don't like, so it can, it can deter them from being in your garden. I know we've had customers emailing saying it does actually work. I've never used it myself. I don't mind the cats coming in the garden, but I do get that it can be really annoying for a lot of people. They have started pooing in my pots actually, so maybe I do need to stop them from doing it.
Maybe.
I mean, I've got dogs and I have to pick their poo up anyway, so I just go around and pick some extra bits up. It's fine.
Oh, very good community work.
Community work. But yeah, look, that is the plant. We've had loads of people saying it has actually worked and it has kept them out of the garden. It's kind of a nice way of doing it. I know there are other things you can get, like there's a sonic thing that you can get that makes a noise.
It's really
when it detects movement.
That's a really interesting thing because it's also humans, depending on their age, can hear it or can't hear it.
Adam says he can hear it.
I can hear it.
Can you hear it? I've never heard. I don't know. I've never tested whether I can hear it. Or
my
not.
parents can't hear it.
They can't?
No.
Well, Adam says he can hear it. But there's a few things like that.
You can also get those for keeping youths away.
Can you?
Yes. I don't know if that's true.
I believe anything. I'm so gullible.
There is one that's so high pitched that younger ears hear it and it's annoying, so they go.
Yeah.
You never know.
So yeah, that's what you need, Becca Boo, basically.
Yes.
Good morning, Six String Stew. That's our Stew, basically.
Ah, Stu.
Morning, Stew.
Where is he? What's he doing?
I don't know. He's just.
He loves a Sunday in work as well.
He loves it, doesn't he? Morning, Marissa. Morning, happy gardeners. We're sitting outside in the garden, watching Derek starting to tidy up the garden. Yesterday morning, we'll be going out later to do some more. Yay!
They're watching Derek tidying the garden.
Yeah, apparently.
Is he your gardener? Family member? Other half?
Bully boy bullies. Morning all, popping in and out today. I'm painting the fence with the iPad to the side of me. Very good. I should have painted my fences before.
Painting a fence with an iPad. Thank goodness you kept talking.
Marissa says, Becky, what a pretty jumper, matches the sunny weather. Thank you, my lovely. Yeah. Everyone's saying good morning to each other. So there's Grimmy, there's Simon, there's Alistair, Olwyn, Michael, Caroline.
Hello, morning.
Any more new names? I don't think so. You're all.
And that's purely...
Ruth. Good morning to Ruth as well. She says she's sorry you're late. It doesn't matter, Ruth. You're here now. That's all.
This is purely YouTube.
This is all just YouTube.
It's all YouTube.
Yeah,
You can also comment on Facebook. I know we'll say hi there as well.
Right? On Facebook, there's a few people.
Now, a lot of people watch also, if you're a TikToker, of course, you can watch here. If you're not on TikTok yet, we'll be live on there this afternoon. So just search YouGarden on all these different social media channels, right?
Yeah, indeed. Ali sent some emails in. She sent them yesterday. She's looking after her dad who's got dementia. So if she misses any of the show, she's going to catch up later. Thank you, my lovely. So she says, selection of my plants that are looking good. Photos taken yesterday. So we've got Delphinium, Blue Rose, Dahlia hybridizers that started off in the kitchen. Strawberries, pine... So much. Let's have a look at the pictures. I
Planted
love
50 litre
seeing
pots.
pictures of the garden. Yeah, this is that blue rose that is actually purple, isn't it? But yes, that is beautiful. Look at the colour combination on those. I think you've got your... I reckon that is the... it's the hydrangea, isn't it? Isn't it the hydrangea Euphoria Serrata Pink? I think so.
Rebecca, did
But
you
yes,
just pluck that out of nowhere?
Plucks it out of them.
Incredible.
Plucks it out. There you go. So there we've got the blue rose. Let's have a look at the next one. Now, what did you say? Oh, strawberry, pine berries.
I recognise that pot, by the way.
Yeah, there's the heavy-duty pot. You've got your
Is this
pine
the
berries
one
growing in
grown
there.
on in the kitchen, she's saying?
Yeah, well, maybe. Certainly looks like it, doesn't
Is
it?
it the kitchen?
So we've got the strawberries going in the heavy-duty pot. And
Yeah.
loads of other things going around the side there. I think I recognise some lupins in the background. Let's have a look at the next picture. Now these are your dahlias.
Oh.
That'll be the Dahlia. Yes,
Hang on.
Dahlia hybridisers mix.
What's being stored in the background of there?
Oh, let's have a look. Glue gun,
Oh, hello,
heat gun,
hunky-dory, mixed
mix
stamping bits. Is this from Ali?
Ali G.
I think Ali might be a crafter too, right?
Ali might be a crafter.
Ali, love that. There's lots of channels around for crafting too.
Dan works on the craft channel, don't you, darling?
Occasionally.
And there's the delphiniums, the magic fountain, looking beautiful flowers about to open on there. And some in the background. Look, I can see some more there. That's looking lovely, Ali. Thank you so much for sending your pictures in.
Love that. That's really kind of you to share, yeah.
Dingo. Right, Dingo was turning part of his drive, which is a bit of a concrete, just slab of concrete. Work's still going on, but what do you think of it so far? Here's the before, so this is what it looked like.
Okay, Dingo.
A bit dull and boring, isn't it? Let's have a little look at what it's turned into so far.
Oh, different place.
Dingo, nice.
Love that big arch.
That is looking so much better.
You know what? When those gates, Dingo, are eventually opened, you'll come do the opening, won't you, Bex?
Absolutely.
The official
yeah.
cut the ribbon on those gates.
No problem at all. Looking wonderful, Dingo. That's really good. Penny taking a few pictures this morning. Bit chilly in Kent. It's a bit chilly here this morning as well, but I reckon it's going to warm up.
Bit. It's a bit overcast this morning, but it was quite early, wasn't it? There's plenty of time for the sun to burn through. Ooh.
Caribbean lilies. Mine are just starting to go over now, but I've thoroughly enjoyed having the Caribbean lilies. Weeks of interest you get from those. Scylla peruviana, beautiful flowers. Let's have a look at the next one. Ooh, the allium's coming up. Very nice, those beautiful balls of flower up at the top there. Can't remember what the white one's called. Neapolitanum, isn't it? I think so.
Oh, I wonder if there's like a potting shelf behind there, do you think? Or maybe there's a bar in that garden? Or
maybe.
Penny, let us know.
We got some roses. That is the hybrid collection, isn't it? So we've got the lilac, the pink, and the red included in there as well. Hope you've got those in your ericaceous compost. Looking very nice. And then there's one more picture on this email. Let's have a little look.
Back we go.
If my button will work.
No, is that Ali?
Ali's a crafter. Oh, RKD, that's Ruth, is a crafter as well. And she's even got what was it? A card that Dan made on CNC. Oh!
Memories, Ruth.
Still on the wall in her craft room.
I wonder, Ruth, send us a picture. If you want to. You haven't got to, obviously. Just jog my memory.
That's looking lovely.
That's fabulous.
Look at all those pots there. Gorgeous, 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 Penny. Thank you so much for sending your pictures in. We have had some from Olwyn as well, so we will come back to those in a little while. If you want to send anything, the details were on the bottom of the screen there, ygtv@yougarden.com. We love seeing in your
it's
gardens,
really,
honestly.
it's really kind of you. It's really inspiring, and we're really nosy too. But that's why we share our bits and bobs. You do a lot of sharing of your garden as well on your social media, so you doing the same is really lovely. Facebook and YouTube, however you like to watch, but shop all in the same place, yougarden.com. Compost, 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 please.
Yeah, always, always. You need the best compost, and this is the best compost. I know it's my job to stand here and tell you that, but
You've got to say that, Bex.
I won't lie. I absolutely adore this compost, and I choose to use this. I could stand here and say, yeah, this is the best compost, and I could go and buy something else. But that would make me a liar, and I'm not one.
Your pants would be on fire.
My pants would be on fire. I do use this compost. Had a delivery of 6 bags the other day, and I still need some more. So please stock up on this, because you don't ever want to run out and go and use that rubbish inferior compost. It's a special blend of amazing ingredients that make this a professional compost. compost. And it is a professional compost. It's what we use here at the nursery. If we grow anything, if we pot it on, this is the compost we choose to put it in.
Those videos, pictures we see of you and Sean and Adam out and about, or when there's not a person, but it's just showing that everything's grown here. If it needs this sort of compost,
if it's been grown here or potted on here, we have chosen to use this compost. If there was a better compost to use, then I promise you we would be using it. Our head gardener would insist on it. You know, the quality of the plants that we grow on, that we pot, that, you know, we sell, we want it to be the absolute best, and that is why we use this compost. This is Sean in his pub garden, doing up all his tubs and baskets and things earlier on in the year. A lot of you regulars, I know you know this, we want to turn you all into compost snobs. A lot of you come back time and time again and you know how good this is, but if you are a brand new person watching right now and you're thinking any bag of compost does the same job, I'm here to tell you it's not the case. They are not all made equal at all. Let me quickly run you through some of the ingredients. So, first thing I always talk about is the texture, because that loose, open, light, airy texture is really important. Roots need space to get in there to be able to grow. I've got clay soil in my garden, which is really nutrient rich, amazing nutrients in there, but the roots can't get, it's like a brick wall trying to spread to reach for those nutrients, to reach for the moisture. And that is why it is tricky for me in my clay soil garden, but using this breaks up the texture of it. Putting this in pots, it allows roots to grow. Roots need access to oxygen, and that light texture allows oxygen to get to the roots as well, which is so important. There's a slow release fertilizer in here. You'll find green balls, little tan coloured balls. That releases fertilizer into the compost, feeding your plants for up to 6 months, basically. There is a composted wood fibre that makes up that texture, but it also helps to hold on to the moisture and allows for even water distribution. It's what we would class as a multi-purpose compost, but I don't want you to think that that's, it's just rubbish. It has been specifically designed to be in the right point in the acid alkalinity scale for the majority of plants to live in. There's only a few exceptions, and mostly that's the ericaceous compost lovers, it's the acid lovers, rhododendrons, azaleas, blueberries, camellias, gardenias, those sorts of plants you need your ericaceous compost for. Pretty much everything else is going to live such a it's not just going to be happy in here, it's going to be on spring break having an amazing time. Spring break, woohoo! It's going to be having a lovely time in this compost. It's going to thrive. You're going to get the best flowers, the most flowers, the biggest crops of fruits and vegetables. It's perfect for growing your veggies in.
So even if I'd be thinking, okay, I've got to be like really serious about what I'm doing, it's going in the ground, etc. Again, I talk a lot, maybe if I purely grow in pots, I can still use this.
Oh, absolutely. And I want you to use this.
On my balcony, on my windowsill, as a gift to somebody else. Okay, see, I'm going to be huge areas. Of course, if you have got larger areas or into the actual ground, I talk about this quite a lot, like the village where head gardener, Mr. YouGarden, Peter, I used to live opposite him, and he took care of the blooms around the village, and there were some big old drums. You know, like when you go through a beautiful village in bloom, and there's big drums below the sign and stuff. Peter would take care of all of that. And it was a big old space. He used this.
Yes, he did.
And so it's just the recommendation of just like, not just professionally, but also personally at home, like you do as well, like Sean does. You cannot get any better. 21.23 as well for 2 50-litre bags. And I was talking about it before with the pots. Actually, we'll come back to the pots in just a second. Getting that delivered to your door for free delivery, YGTV 2025. To save even more off, another 15% off, that's where the discount club price, even on this one purchase, pays for itself. 100125. Congratulations, everybody, reordering that. Speaking of pots, Rebecca.
Yes, indeed.
We're very lucky, got all sorts. Are we going to these ones first?
Those ones first.
Should we go to these ones first?
Yes.
Okay, the heavy duties, please.
Yeah, heavy duty pots, the nest of heavy duty pots are here. So 3 different sizes, 5 of them in total. 3 of the 30 litres, which Dan is showing you there. Really strong pots, these. Now they're made of the same sort of plastic as your wheelie bin.
Yep.
So your wheelie bin's out all year round, years on end.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with those plastic.
They survive, don't they?
They absolutely survive. So this is the sort of thing we're talking about here. Super strong, super tough, handles moulded into place. Have you ever used, you know, those floppy plastic trucks?
Yeah.
The handles always get ripped off, don't they? I tried gaffer taping them back on. It doesn't work.
It's not a thing.
I'm never buying those things ever again. I mean, I've still got a couple left, but I'm never buying them again. These are what I use in my garden. Now, I've got so many things growing in these. I have got roses, cordylines. I've got all of my sort of grow your own own stuff, my sweet cherry Stella, I've got my fig tree growing in here, I've got the peach crimson tree growing, strawberries, blueberries, apple trees.
Brilliant.
Honestly, and they're all lined up. I love them. They look really just lined up in front of the patio there. And they are designed for growing. You can use them for lots of other things, but they're designed for growing pots. And it's because they've got the big drainage holes in the bottom and all the way around the sides. We can use, look, Sean's using them for his Christmas trees. So they just sit in there all year round. He puts a little hessian bag around them at Christmas,
nice.
pretties them up a little bit. So great for temporary homes for plants. If you've got no idea what you're going to do with those plants, like me, who's potentially moving house, I want to save those plants. I want to take them with me.
Of course you do.
So I'm using these as that, and they can live in here for years. I mean, they can be a permanent plant home, but they can be a temporary home as well. Sean decants his compost into them when he's potting things up. That's his euonymus. He's got no idea what he's doing with it. It's going to sit in there until he can work out where to plant it.
Things like that, the handles are so useful for that sense, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. And then look, decanting the compost in, and then it's much easier than having it in the bag and trying to, fiddle around in the bag. And then you can easily pot things up in those. Collecting all your deadheading and your weeding and stuff like that. You can easily drag this around the garden. And then it goes onto your compost heap or into your bin before it goes, to the refuse collectors and things. So many different uses for them, but most importantly, an amazing, strong, heavy-duty growing pot. 3 of them. 3 30 litres, 1 35 litre, and the 50 litre in there as well. I love that big 50 litre. If you want to grow something big, like the Calibrachoa Red Rocket, for example, which we've got coming up later on. We've got one growing in a pot. In fact, I think it's a 30 litre we've got it growing in. And this is the 50 litre. You plant that in there. Over time, that is going to reach up here and it's going to fill that pot, but it's a permanent home for it. And you can easily then move it, or say easily, it will be heavier, but you've got the handles.
Yeah, we get that.
2 people, you could move it to give it the potential winter protection that it might need.
I really love how universal they are, as you say, talking about planting on, but as you saw Sean with his tools going in there, it could be full of, maybe you've got the grandkids and they have their toys all around the garden and stuff like that. Chuck them in here, put them away somewhere safe, very easy, very strong, very lightweight in that sense. And it's just over £25 by being in the club. Under 30 if you're not in the club, so you've still got a couple of pound off, but free P&P for all of this being delivered to your door with the code YGTV 2025 130681. Going crazy for the barrels this Sunday. Love it. Love the effect on these too.
Yeah, I really like the barrels. It's another new one that we brought into the shed just over the last few weeks. And these are what looks like those barrel planters, but they don't have any of the downside. So barrel planters are normally metal and wood. Yep. It needs treatment. The metal can go rusty. Over time they can degrade and break down. Whereas actually with these, because they are, frost-resistant, UV-stable plastic, they don't need that maintenance. They are designed to last you for many years. They've even got the wood graining effect on there as well. You could, if you want to, colour in the little rivets here so you can make it look even more authentic.
Get your little Posca pen out or something.
Absolutely. They don't have the drainage holes in, and that means you could use these for things like making a lovely little water feature in your garden, or you could use these as indoor pot covers. It
reminds me of, like, if you've got your own pub garden, like a bar in your garden, or maybe you got one during lockdown or built one, or spend a lot of time outside socialising and things. Just a feature of it's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely, and you are going to get all 3 of them included. If you want them as outdoor pots and planting pots, just drill yourself a few holes in the bottom. They're really easy to do. It takes just a few minutes, and then it can be your outdoor planting pot. The 3 of them all delivered to you with no postage.
Here's the thing, you were saying individually worth £30, right?
I'm pretty sure that's
Sounds
what we do.
About right.
I think
for one,
for
after
one,
all.
it's 30 quid on the website.
So with the multi-order, it breaks down at £20 a pot, so already that's great news. It's almost like one of those 3 for free. For £38.22, you're getting all 3 by being in the club, free P&P with one item number, 130692. So what a great way to purchase it delivered to your door.
Yes, indeed.
All 3 of those. Right, we're going to wander this way. Thank you so much for watching this morning, by the way. Nearly half past. This morning is flying by.
It is, isn't it?
So well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, there's even more on the YouGarden lineup this morning. Is it Cafe Ole?
Cafe au lait.
Cafe au lait.
Indeed, yeah, we've got some Dahlia tubers for you. Starting with the Cafe au lait, which is one of the dinner plate dahlias as well. We've got a pack of Dahlia dinner plates coming up, but this one would be classed as a dinner plate dahlia because it gets really nice and big, but this is a classy colour for you. It gets that Cafe au lait colour because it's got these lovely kind of, I don't know, it's like a Cafe au lait, it's like a milky coffee colour in the centre there.
Yeah, quite blush, isn't it?
They come as tubers. In fact, I took, was it these? Yeah, I did. I took these ones. I opened this one up the other day, and I want to show you because nothing mushy about these at all. These are nice, solid tubers, not even planted though. Look, there's shoots coming off this.
Yeah, okay.
It is not even in the ground. There's no compost. It's not being watered, and there are shoots coming off these. There was some coming off one of the other ones as well.
Ah, it's that little green bit at the top, I spy.
Not that one. Is it this one?
Keep going, you're doing a very good job.
Yeah, look, there it is.
Run away.
Shoots coming off that one as well. A couple of them coming off that one. I know they look weird. They're not particularly ugly, are they, tubers? These are great because you can then create these gorgeous flowers from these. And what I love about dahlias is that they keep flowering just constantly for you from summer right the way through to autumn. They're one of the later flowering ones. Now, they are frost tender dahlia tubers. A lot of people might have started their dahlia tubers off earlier on in the year and they're getting that lovely growth now. But if you've decided, I haven't got enough, you can still get these now and still get results from them this year. You could be getting them and planting them straight in the ground now because obviously risk of frost pretty much non-existent. Please check in your local area.
Yes.
But pretty much non-existent now. So you could go straight in the ground with these. They do grow quite quickly, so you will get amazing results this year. And then all you have to do to keep them is keep them frost-free. So if you go in the ground with them, you can dig them up at the end of the season, dry them, store them in a frost-free location. You can plant them again next year.
Here's why you're shopping on YouGarden right now. This is a great price point to break it down. Everyone's saving £5 off. Why not? You're shopping on the YouGarden TV side of things. There's often special pricing for the TV side of things on Facebook and YouTube, £5 off. Now in the club, normally 10% off, yes. Another 5, so it's 15% off now, right? So $9.99 would be $8.99. You're 15% off whether you like it or not being a club member. $8.49, free P&P with the code.
Indeed.
So the most affordable item we've shown you on the show so far under 630-387. But you mentioned there's another dahlia.
There's the Dahlia dinner plates. Now this one is normally one of the most popular selections that we bring you here. You're getting 5 of them in those gorgeous bright, I mean this is rainbow in a bag for you, isn't it? Lovely, bright, beautiful blooms here. And these can be huge, the dahlia flowers on here. And we call them dinner plates because they can be as big as a dinner plate, honestly. They can reach, you know, several inches across. I think, what did we say? Is it normally 8 or 9 inches or something or other? They can be really big, the blooms on here. But these are the bright, bold, beautiful colours. Pollinators absolutely adore dahlias as well. This is a wonderful thing for pollinators in the garden. Cut flowers, loads of people love doing cut flower displays from your dahlias. Do make sure the flowers are fully open before you cut the flowers, because unlike other flowers that if you cut them while they're in bud and you put them in water, they would still open. Dahlias won't do that. They have to be fully open.
Okay.
But they last a long time, so that's really good.
Yeah.
And because they are prolific flowering, it does mean that you can have cut flower displays in your home on a weekly basis because they just keep flowering for you constantly. And as I say, right the way through to autumn, sometimes one of the latest things to be flowering when a lot of your summer blooms have gone over.
Even in these pictures, there's buds still ready to rumble, aren't
they? It's constant, honestly, with your dahlias. And you just need to deadhead. Now, when you're deadheading, I've got to get this the right way round.
Go on.
Oh my word, I've forgotten which way round it is.
What are the options?
So it's a pointed one or it's a non-pointed. I've totally forgotten which way round it is. Because they look really similar when they're about to open and when they've gone over.
Okay.
One of them's pointy and one of them's not pointy. And I've forgotten which one you chop. Anybody in the chat, please tell me which way round. I've completely forgotten. It's gone out of my head and I need to know for later on this year.
You can't remember everything, Bex. Your knowledge is outstanding.
Why has that gone out of my head? It's just dropped. Anyway.
It's the sort of thing now, should we...
I will find out and I will tell you.
You'll be walking around Chelsea next week, because Bex is going to Chelsea, by the way. Matt, you're not, but Bex is going to Chelsea.
Pointed one is spent, says Becky. Thank you,
Becky.
It just dropped out of my head. So it's the pointy flower. The pointy bud is the one that's gone over. That's the one you need to chop. The rounded one is the one that's about to open. Don't chop that.
What's a rhyme to remember that?
Pointy.
Someone help us. Becky, you're back in. So pointy gets chopped, round is...
Pointy knot, roundy chop? No, Matt.
No, Matt. No, because that's wrong for a start. Pointy knot. No, pointy chop.
Pointy chop. Oh my God, pointy one is spent, so pointy one you chop.
Spent means done.
Yeah. So you want to chop the pointy one away?
Yes. Because Matt said pointy knot. Oh my God, I wish we hadn't even started.
Anybody
else?
Don't
turn over. No. There's nothing on a Sunday morning at this time. It's just Tim Lovejoy and his mate in a kit. Stay here, please. Okay, good stuff.
I should not have gone down that road, should I? Thank you, Becky, for your help. Sometimes things.
Sean Ryan right now is in his hammock being like, my job's safe, darling.
He doesn't smoke.
Doing that. No, he doesn't. No,
we should make that very clear.
Just a pipe. I also made that bit up. Let's move on. Begonias, please.
All right,
just tapping out his tobacco on the side of his...
Begonias
I'm making it all up.
Is this is the start of the garden ready, guys. Garden ready has just started in the potting shed. So we've got the wonderful garden ready begonias. What does that mean? It means you are getting grown on plug plants. These are whoppers. And this means that it is ready for you to plant into your garden. A lot of the plug plants we've been bringing you up to now, we've been saying, yeah, grow them on a little bit before planting them out, plant them out after the frosts have passed. But these are garden ready. These can go out in your garden as long as there's no risk of frost happening. The other thing with begonias is that these can cope with a whole range of conditions in your garden. They don't mind a shady spot. They don't mind a bright sunny spot. They can cope in either of those locations, but also they are weather tolerant and it doesn't matter what the weather throws at them. This is why begonias are often a customer favourite here at YouGarden. You get the mixture of colours. You've got the red, the pink, the white flowers on there with those just gorgeous little yellow dots in the centre there.
Yeah.
But you've got the combination of the foliage colour here. And I think this plant, and I will point it out about a few others as well. Sometimes it's all about the flowers.
Yes.
This one it's not. I think, yes, those flowers are gorgeous, but it's the contrast of the foliage, the burgundy, the green, and then those flowers sitting on the top of them.
They could really complement another flowering plant next to them as well, couldn't they? Like filling a gap,
definitely.
as you say. Here we go, 1273. Is it Millie who's just joined us? Millie in Barbados.
Oh,
is
Millie. 5:30 in the morning.
Can you not sleep, Millie? Is it raining, Millie? Is it,
Barbados.
I think it is raining over in the Caribbean right now.
How nice.
Lovely. 410207. There's me pretending I know the weather out there. I think it's raining in the Barbados.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, it did sound believable for a second, didn't I? 1273, your discounted price there. Club discounted price, after all, for the begonias. Millie, why are you still up? Maybe she's still up.
Maybe she just got in.
Maybe just got in, Millie. Or maybe because it's maybe like jet lag and stuff, you're just awake at that time.
Yeah, maybe.
This might be normal uptime, but over there, I don't know, Millie, let us know. But hope you're having a lovely time. Do you live there? Are you on holiday? Who knows? 370104, though. Now, we talked about Grow Your Own.
Yes.
There's all sorts of other ones on the show, by the way. I've just brought this to your attention now. Our tomatoes.
Yeah, the Gardener's Delight, a firm favourite for many, many years here. This gives you sweet, tangy cherry tomatoes. These are fantastic.
Oh, well, a lot of them.
A lot of them, yeah. You get these wonderful trusses of tomatoes from here. It's a real classic variety, Gardener's Delight, because they're easy, they're robust, they're reliable, disease resistant. I have thoroughly, I'm not doing it this year, but I have grown tomatoes for the last couple of years and thoroughly enjoyed the process of growing tomatoes. Love having a little garden buffet going out later on in the summer and picking those tomatoes straight from the vines.
Beautiful.
There. They're like little, just sweets when you pop them into your mouth. I really have enjoyed it, and I would encourage anybody else who's never grown tomatoes to give it a go.
What sort of size of tomato are we growing here?
It's a little cherry tomato.
Classic cherries?
Yeah,
okay.
Classic cherry tomato. Nice classic red cherry tomato as well. Really easy. They need some support, as you can see there, with the canes and what have you. There's a few tips and tricks to follow. What you need to do is remove some of the side shoots at the base there. Yep. You want the really sort of prolific fruiting bits
Would I grow these in my trellis? Is that suitable or is it not?
No, I would not go in a tower pot with these. I would go in a heavy duty pot with these, and I would go with some canes in to support them. I don't know. Has anybody grown them in a tower pot before? Let me know. I haven't, but have you? Let me know. Yeah, most people will put it in a pot with some canes in and support it that way. In the greenhouse, you can grow these. You can grow them outside. You can grow them, you know, in a conservatory, which is where I had mine over the last couple of years. They're just a delight, and I love picking them straight from the vines there.
For £8.48, the new lowest priced item on the show.
Look at that.
Well, there's loads in there too.
Yeah, and they're really, really simple to grow, honestly. Keep them consistently watered. That would be the trick. So I've made the mistake a couple of times when I was growing them because they're in the conservatory and it's baking hot in there. And you miss a day or two of watering and the plants just go, ugh. They recover very quickly.
Woe is me.
Yeah. They recover really quickly, but that inconsistent watering can slow the fruiting down and it can just change the consistency and the kind of enjoyment of eating them. So just nice, consistent watering on your tomatoes. And I found they would rather be deeper rooted. I don't get these, you know, those little bags that they do. They're not deep enough. The soil dries out really quickly. That's where you get that inconsistent watering going on. I would definitely go with a deeper pot personally for growing tomatoes.
There are bags you can get that look a bit like compost bags that you cut holes in and then really thin.
I don't get it. I'm not having it.
There you go.
It's not for me.
370104. By the way, is it Daryl, Matthew? Daryl on the Dahlias.
He's giving us a rhyme.
If it's round, it's sound.
Nice, Daryl.
And we were talking about when to deadhead, right?
If it's round, it's sound. If it's pointy, it's gone.
It's not. Round and sound. Hopefully that works.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Daryl, you got out of a right situation there.
You.
Let's continue on to the Calibrachoa.
Calibrachoa.
That sounds Caribbean-esque, doesn't it? And Millie's like, yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
Calibrachoa Kalita, the double collection, double flowers. So they're like mini petunias, but you've got double petals on here. You've got lovely little ruffled edges on there. These are just cute. I absolutely adore Calibrachoa.
Half price!
They are. They are bright, they are vibrant, they are abundant in their flowering ability, and you are getting 6 different colours included, 2 of each there. I just think these are sunshine, aren't they? They make me so happy when I look at them. If I take one of these, this one at random, right, and I'm going to hold this one next to the picture of the actual plant, and look at how accurate that is. Look at that little flower there next to that photo. And that is what you are going to be getting on all of these plants. Look how many are on that little plug plant there, look. I mean, there's 4 flowers open, and that's just one of the plug plants.
Next to it, how sweet is that?
Look.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So many flowers. Every single one of the... Not every single one. I've got a different pack, but there's lots of flowers.
Yeah, nearly.
There's lots of flowers open on those, and there's buds starting to open. So you've got that flowering power starting straight away on these. They're tumbling, they're trailing. So you want these in your hanging baskets, or maybe in pots where they're going to tumble over the edges, or maybe in your window boxes again where they're going to tumble over.
Good.
Lovely in a pot all by themselves, but you could actually mix these up with other plants as well. Whatever else you're putting into your hanging baskets, you could have them tumbling over the edges there. Each one is probably going to trail by about 40 centimetres, maybe 30, 40 centimetres trail you're going to get on them. They will spread as well by that much. They're fast growing. Pollinators love them, butterflies in particular. And if they do, like petunias, if they do start to fade and slow down a little bit towards the end of the season, you can actually cut them back a little bit, give them a feed, and that will help to reinvigorate them and get them through the summer and right to the end of summer and into autumn for you. Just constantly flowering, and I love that.
Love that. Thank you, Bex.
Thanks, my pleasure.
By the way, Millie's come back to us saying she's flying back on Wednesday.
Oh, Millie, enjoy the last few days then.
Yeah, Divine, she's in Barbados right now. Of course she is.
Yeah, we're not jealous at all.
No. 401564 is your item. Remember, though, to get hold of these here. Now then, I know there's a lot of information coming away. There's even more to show you on the show. You can get ahead of us, YouGarden.com, and you can shop everything. I would look at I click on that YouGarden logo, right, top right of the web, because then you see where the YGTV 2025 is going to be working for free P&P on everything. If you want to save even more, in fact, a further 15% off all of these items, here's all you need to do.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member, and that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
Thank you, team. Terribly exciting how much you are saving today. Good morning, everyone. My name's Dan. Joining Bex here on YouGarden After All. Going to recap some bits and bobs that you might have missed. We'll be going back to elements and introducing you to even more new. We started the whole show today with these, the tricolour of the oleanders in the 15cm pot. You can break them up if you wish, but it's a beautiful decorative pot that you might want to, saying you should grow them on for something else bigger, but use the pot for something else. $15.29 is that's club discount price that we were just talking about. If you purely want the red, if you purely want the white, because that works best for you or the present for somebody else, on yougarden.com is where you can find them. But you've put the tricolours together here, red, white and pink. 680346. Which one, Matthew? Cuphea. Cuphea. You know, sometimes everyone at home, yes, thank you. There's just one word that doesn't quite stick with you and you can't quite remember. Mine's this one. Fortunately, it's on the screen. 401519 for £11.04. You're getting the 6 plugs here. These feel really exotic, really like elegant and sort of like really dainty, aren't they? Which are really, really beautiful. The little ingradation of colour going in the middle there, or the pure colours you're spying here. 401519, huge interest in your garden. So to get hold of all of these together for £11.04, you join the club, therefore you're saving from $14.99 down. And use the code on every one of these items as we continue on. YouGarden TV 2025 will activate certain promotions and will certainly give you free P&P on every single one, including this. One of the most, in fact, the most popular item on the show this morning so far. It's got that red stripe in the description as well. Buy one, get one free. Free P&P. That code activates both of those things, YGTV 2025, on this. The Helianthus Sunbelievable Sunflowers, a brown-eyed girl edition, 560541. A huge ball of beautiful flowers, little sunflowers here for you. Again, put them in different pots. Maybe they're going to go in the heavy duty. Maybe they're going to go in the barrels. Maybe you've got something else, but certainly give them their chance. Really consistent ball of colour here for $16.99. I'm talking club discount price. It's 560541, but yeah, use the code on this, well, every single item, because you're going to get free P&P. On the Azalea, free P&P. It's on your screen now. Really pretty blush pink colours. 511451. Oh gosh, look at that. Straight in the ground. Maybe you haven't got that much space in your beds and borders and things like that, and you want to keep them in pots. You can absolutely do so too. But $13.57 is your price for the next one. The Osteospermum. I love The colours here are striking. They almost look metallic and reflective. That dark purple going through to the pinks, the oranges, and then the yellows at the end. Really striking, really identifiable. You get 3 9-centimetre pots. These are in Bex's garden. You saw Sean's garden earlier on today as well. 560812. But this is the whole point, right? Buying the right products at the right price, looked after in the best possible conditions, giving them the best chance in your garden, on your balcony, in your borders, with the compost that's also on the show. But if you want to get these home, maybe they're a gift to somebody else. Maybe it's a thank you, or get well soon, or just ready for your garden. 560812. Your dahlias, there's some dinner plate dahlias on the show. There's also this, the Cafe au lait variety. Again, sort of like blush pinks going into here, almost like quite shabby chic colours in the world of craft. $8.49 gets you that £5 off, and then a further 15% club discount. To get hold of these, the 3 tubers, again, rewind this show maybe 5 minutes ago. Beck's got the tubers out of the container, so you see exactly what they look like. 630687. We mentioned there's more than one variety. They were the Cafe au laits. These are those mixed dinner plate designs, saying as such because of the size of the head you're getting home here. Fabulous colours, aren't they? You've got almost like the sunburst oranges, the brighter yellows, the pinks going into the purples, that bright red as well, for $8.49 RRP. If you weren't in the club or weren't shopping on YGTV, $17.99. 630319. Begonias on the show, the Sahara side of things. 20 garden ready. These could be space fillers. They could be just a highlight or just a burst of colour in garden. You're thinking, you know what? I love colour. I love the variety. That sort of rainbow mix. It's exactly what you're getting here. 410207 is your item number. On the website, there's all sorts of grow your owns. We've got cabbages, we've got strawberries, we've got tomatoes, we've got potatoes. Here's the tomato side of things. The Gardener's Delight for $8.48. And look at all of the tomatoes on there. Beautiful cherry tomatoes for your salads, for your sandwiches, or maybe you're going to chew on yours straight off the vine. 370104. That's for the Gardener's Delight. $8.48 is your discount club price. Now, the tomato moneymaker hasn't been featured yet. You get the 12 plug plants in there, and you're getting £10 off, even more discount in the club after all, as you know. But if this is what you'd rather, or and 370105 is your item number here for the tomato moneymaker. Calibrachoas is also available for you. We did touch on this a second ago. Again, I love the veining in the petals here and how it sort of encapsulates and opens up in the middle. Really identifiable. Striking foliage as well with the leaves as you spy. 14. I won't say 14, it's £13. Off, please. $13.58 is your price for the 12 plug plants. 401564. Heavy duty pots are on the show. I love this new combination, by the way. 3 of the 30 litres, 1 of the 35, and they're all nested inside the big 50 litres. You see Sean's there with his Christmas trees. Of course, we're going on every single flower and plant we've just spoken about to move these plants around, or to deadhead, to weed, to rake up all of the leaves as they fall in autumn. These, if you look after them, will last you a lifetime. And I say that because they're not going to be cracking. They are frost resistant. They can live outside. And they also, with the handles, are super, super strong. But you know what? Individually, they are lightweight. Obviously, when you start putting stuff in them, they'll get heavier. But individually lightweight. So if there is a thing that you're concerned about, do not worry about that. 130681 to get hold of those. Delivered to your door, free P&P, YGTV 2025 on every single item we are talking about. But 10 to 11 this morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouGarden on Facebook and YouTube if you're watching. Rebecca, you are engrossed in something.
So much going on in the chat.
Excellent.
Maricia's just planted her penstemons. Can't wait. Becca Boo's Annabelle hydrangea that she ordered on TikTok is starting to form flower buds. Maricia's planting selections of vegetables yesterday. Love this. Grimmy's given Becca an idea for a natural repellent for cats, which is finally chopping citrus fruits like lemons, limes and oranges and scattering them around the garden.
They are so useful, citrus fruits, like in your freezer and stuff, and in your fridge, and
love that.
Keeping stuff zesty.
And yes, he's my gardener, washer, upper, jack of all trades and master of none, says Mauricia.
Brilliant. Love that. Thank you for replying.
Ruth is also a crafter. Oh, she said that. I said this one already. Sorry. She has sent a picture of that, by the way.
The card I made?
It's brilliant. It's really...
Sometimes people don't get much time. Sometimes it's off the cuff, I'll just say that.
I'll show it to you in a little while. She says, I'll email the picture. I remember taking the mickey at the time because you forgot to put the and in the create and craft, so it just says create craft.
Of course does.
Which is really good.
Forgetting what channel I worked on.
Right, where are we? Same here. Compost is amazing, like a healing power for plants. Olwyn says it's her gold medal compost. Love that.
On the show, right?
Ruth, I will come to you, but I don't know. I can't work out what the problem is, but we will have a little look in a second. Bear with me. Blah, blah, blah. Loads of comments going on. Mauricia, my Jurassic fern bracken leaves have gone brown. Can I cut them off? Yes, you can. They shouldn't necessarily really be going brown at this time of year. It's more of a winter thing or autumn when that happens. But it might be that there's just not enough sort of air circulation so cutting them away would help, or an underwatering issue. So I would just have a little look. But yes, I would, if they've gone brown, I would chop them away, and that will help to reinvigorate the plant.
Okay.
Hopefully you'll be able to see and feel some of the lovely little furled ones ready to open up in there as well by removing some of them. Okay. Right, let's go into the emails because there are millions of emails coming in. Olwyn, sorry, it's Oleander is in here, but Olwyn sent some pictures in. Oh, look at that. And the beautiful
and a well looked after
that is gorgeous,
flooring there,
isn't
that brickwork.
Look.
A little training elements.
Mesmerised. Look at all of those. That is beautiful, Olwyn. Thank you.
Yeah, that's...
It must be lovely out there in the summertime. Let's have another look. There's some more. Do you know what? I think mine is flowering this time.
Great photograph.
For the first year, and I've had it. It's an iris, and I've had it in my garden for about 5 years, and it's never done anything. And I think mine is going to flower very, very soon. So I'm really excited to see that. That looks beautiful as well. Thank you, Olwyn. And more Oh, she sent so many pictures. I'm not going to show everything. I can't show everything. Oh, the lupins!
Oh, okay.
Is this the gallery collection, or are these different lupins? Do love a lupin though. Love that graduation of colour and how they just open from the base up to the tip. That's beautiful.
That's what's so great about gardening, right? The structure, the architecture there, like lupins being like growers like that, then you've got some trailing ones. So whatever works for you, or just having a variety. Yeah, I love all these pictures. They're amazing.
I love them too. Oh, these planters. Lovely little wall planters there. Great colour on those. Beautiful, beautiful colours. Let's see what else Olwyn has attached. Same picture, sorry.
It's all right. Keep going, go on, let's open them all.
Clicking on the wrong ones. Oh, and another rhodie hybrid. The lilac rhododendron hybrid there as well. Oh, the dog's name is Ben. Hello, Ben.
What a lovely name for a dog.
Hello, beautiful Ben.
Just Ben.
Thank you for those, Olwen. Hazel says, what a difference a week in the sun makes for my skyscrapers, Appletini and GMs. Yeah, all the GMs are out at the moment. They look so good.
This is the time, right? I know you guys shop all year round and YouGarden is live all year round, but it's times like now when those things you planted earlier really come into their own, isn't it? And this is why you do it, to enjoy the outside. Look at these.
Gorgeous. I love the black on the raised bit there as well. That's what I was going to do with all my fences, paint them all black, and I just never got round to it. Yeah, there's the GMs looking beautiful.
Would you paint them black as like a canvas for your flowers?
Yeah, it's really good for making everything stand out. So they're all green at the moment, which is nice and sort of natural looking, but if you have a black, it really makes everything stand out. So I've got like 5 great big tubs of black paint because I've got 30...
Do it in the next place, save
I think it's 32 fence panels.
Yeah.
It's not a massive garden, it's just because it's fence panels all the way around.
We'll save that paint now, right?
I know, I'm saving it.
So we get to move house.
In the next house.
Yeah.
GMs are looking beautiful there. More GMs, bright yellow ones. Lovely.
Dainty and delicate they
are. Oh, they're so pretty.
Look at those.
I do love a GM. They're just easy.
No, are they straight in the, are they in the ground? Oh, there's pots.
Those are the square pots. I think those are the little Torinos.
Like the little ladybird.
Yeah. I like all the little decorations people put in there. Right, Amanda, this is what I wanted to see.
Right.
Amanda was worried that tuberoses were not coming up, but they are starting to come up now. And I'm so pleased for you, Amanda, that you've got some of those coming up. They're not the easiest bulbs to get going, and I'm really pleased that you are starting to see some results from those as well. Loved growing them last year, so I'm really, really happy that you're going to get get those. The fragrance from those is going to be amazing. So congratulations for getting those to come up. Ali G says, yes, I'm a crafter as well. I have 6 different storage for crafts units. I loved them and purchased most of them from Create and Craft.
Fabulous stuff.
Right, Ruth, let's have a little look because, oh, here's the card that Dan made on CNC. I took the mickey at the time as he just put Create Craft and forgot the and.
That must have been a long time ago.
I'm rearranging the room so it's particularly hidden by a unit at the moment. That's a great card, Dan. Well done, mate.
I mean...
Well done, mate.
Why is it I've written in it?
You have written, you put... Thank you
for your email, Ruth. Love, Dan.
Love, Dan. I mean...
Oh, that's tape.
Is it tape?
Why did I do that? Ruth, you know what, back in the day, everyone, if you don't know, that was like a crafting channel on telly, and we'd give something away every single show. And that must have been just an off the fly, and we had to do it, and so we gave it away. Ruth,
You're better than that.
I'm not. But Ruth, thank you so much for keeping that up. That means a lot. That's a long time ago, right? So I appreciate you sticking with us for that.
Becky took the plunge and got the dahlias in the ground this week. Canary palms and pineapple guava doing well in their pots too. Also just some pics of my beautiful boulevard clematis starting to flower. My Miner's Merlot that is still in flower from February. And my hardy fuchsia that I inherited from my nan. Must be at least 15 years old now. Starting to look a little anemic, but we'll give it plenty of feed. Yes, good one, Becky. Right, Miner's Merlot. You know it's one of my favourites. I absolutely adore Miner's Merlot. It's a fantastic evergreen plant. Lovely contrast of foliage and those sort of lime green frothy flowers there. It's a fabulous one. That'll spread as well. It'll look so cool in a little while, Becky. So that one's gorgeous. Next up, she's attached lots of pictures, so I'm going to try and whip through these. I don't know what it is.
What are you? Oh, that's sort of almost like lime green.
I like it, whatever it is. I sort of recognise it, but yeah, I don't know. I like to try and name them.
I like it.
Sometimes I've got no idea. Oh, the
Here
clematis, the boulevard clematis looking amazing. I do love a boulevard clematis because it just stays a bit more compact. A lot of clematis get so big, so vigorous, it disappears over the fence into the neighbour's garden.
And they enjoy it.
But this one is really lovely because it stays just that little bit more compact. So that is the gorgeous boulevard clematis. Let's have a look at the next one.
How do you control a clematis?
You trim it back.
Just at the top?
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, who's this?
So that's Ruth coming back saying it's a very long time ago they're demonstrating the tape, and so I decided to make a card with the tape.
That's where that card came from.
So
there
creative.
You go.
Right, thank you.
That's a nice border. Look at that. That's what I'm going to do in the next garden, I reckon. Sleepers around the edge. Quite like that look.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice clean edge. I like that. That's what I think I'm going to do in the next garden.
In that Baston house, we put railway sleepers down to mark off the borders.
Yeah.
Really easy.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Just got to dig down a little bit and then you just whack them in.
Well, they might be spenny, but we got them for nothing.
Did you?
Because my mate Adam, who a lot of people know, Adam's dad used to work on the railways.
Right, so you managed to get them.
So
they are quite expensive otherwise, aren't they?
Yeah, literally railway sleepers. Yeah, they were big on heavy things.
Love that.
Oh, who's this again?
Forgotten.
That is
amazing. Yeah, need something climbing up over there, surely.
The growing tower pots, look.
Yeah, growing in the tower pots.
In there, like the little blue ones.
Thunbergias.
There you go.
Doing what I'm doing with the Thunbergias. That's looking so cool. Let me find out who this is, because I've completely forgotten. My brain's gone to mush. That's Becky.
Thank you, Becky.
That was from Becky. Love that. Right, Ruth, I'm confused. You're saying... Oh, it's the
one we didn't know, fuchsia in that little on the floor. Okay.
So, Ruth, you're saying, hi, I have some orders to put in but can't see the shop button. I had the same problem last week, but it appeared when I logged onto my laptop. This time I can't see it at all. I tried to order on the website, but it doesn't take off the P&P. But your screenshot shows you're on YouTube. You can't place orders via YouTube, can you?
No.
Don't you have to go on... Is there a shop button that then takes you to the website? Is that what it is?
I'm not sure there is on YouTube.
I'm so sorry, I don't know. I didn't think you could place orders via YouTube. I think we're all a bit lost to help you on this one. But then you're saying when you go onto the website and you put the orders in, it's not taking the P&P off. Even when you enter the code, YGTV 2025, are you making sure you're entering that code in where it says, do you have an offer code? That's where you put that in, and that should take the P&P off. It may not take the P&P off if you've added something from the website. It has to just be YGTV shows, items. These are the ones that have got the free postage on. If there's anything that's not on the YGTV show, it will add a postage on. So Nesta Pots go in, add the code in, and then it takes the postage off. Ruth, I'm so sorry, I've never shopped via YouTube before, so I didn't think you could do it that way, but you might be teaching me something here.
Yeah, it could be wrong, but I can't see a shop button when I'm on YouTube right now.
Ruth is saying you have entered the code, and there's nothing in your order that isn't on the YGTV show, because if it's something that isn't on the YGTV show, then it would add a postage cost. That's why it's a benefit shopping on the YGTV show.
Yeah.
So if you've got anything in there that's not within the selection today, then it would add that postage cost on there. Let us know, Ruth, and otherwise, I don't think we're going to run out of stock of anything. My best suggestion at the moment, unfortunately, because it's just the three of us here today, myself, Dan and Matt, would be to try and speak to customer services tomorrow. Or there is the phone line. I appreciate it's a 5 pence per minute call, but you could speak to an operator and get them to add it in. Ah, she says that's why I've added other stuff in. OK, we've got to the bottom of that problem then. So you could go via the website and place your order. You could either take out that thing from the website and then that'll get rid of the postage cost, or if you want it, you will have the postage cost to pay on that.
Yeah, so Ruth, thank you for talking to us live. Thank you, Bex and Matt as well. It's worth, Matt, if we can, show the website YouGarden.com, because there's a special selection, like hand-picked by Sean, by Stu, by Matt, by yourself, etc. Top right corner, click on UGTV, the live now side of things. Of course, that's where you can watch, but the product, that is us being well excited about the show. When you scroll on down, these are all of those items, Ruth, and everybody else we're talking to, where that code is applicable to. Now listen, you get, for example, there, we're going to talk about those live in just a second, but all of these items when you add to your basket, that's what UGTV 2025 gets you free P&P. But if you're a club member, you will get some discount elements, won't you, on P&P and things like that. So you'll get some sort of voucher system anyway.
You will indeed. And Ruth, if you are a club member and you've got maybe some of your postage vouchers, because you get 2 postage vouchers as a club member, maybe you've got those, maybe you're waiting for your club to renew for you to get those vouchers, but if you've got one of those vouchers, you could use it to get rid of that postage on that other item. Anyway, look, I hope we've helped. Gregory has come in and said,
hello,
if it's
Gregory,
round,
morning.
it's sound, if it sticks out, get it out.
Yes, Gregory.
Love it,
Every
Gregory.
walk of life, that, eh?
This was on the Dahlia.
Let's get that tattooed.
This was on the Dahlia.
Oh, sorry, that was Dahlia, yeah.
It was all about the Dahlias.
Well, if it's round,
Which
it's
one's the
sound. If it
deadhead,
sticks
which
out,
one?
get it out.
Get it out. If it's round, it's sound. If it sticks out, get it out.
Great, Gregory.
Thank you, Gregory.
Nailed it.
Now, I'm always going to remember. Right, we have caught up with the chat.
Are you sure?
Oh, well, certainly with emails. I reckon we've caught up with the chat as well.
What about the complaints inbox? Is there a lot in there? Who knows?
Becca Boo has said, all these pictures of people's gardens and flowers are amazing. I can't wait for mine to get going. Has just started. Becca Boo, we can't wait for yours to get going either. And then you can send us all of your pictures too. And yes, I'm sure we'll see you this afternoon on TikTok as well. So.
Yeah, 3 hours of TikTok, right? From 1:30?
No, 2.5.
No. Yeah, from 1:30 to 4.
It's 1:30 till 4, basically. We'll be live on TikTok because we're here until 12:30.
Yes.
So we need a little break.
I mean, come on, just give it one little bit, right,
We
bosses?
need a little break between us. But
yeah,
if you want to come onto TikTok 1:30 till 4 o'clock this afternoon, that's where we will be.
Indeed. But right now, everybody's shopping. YouGarden.com. Click on that YGTV side of things and away you go. One of the pictures you saw there is right in front of us here.
Yeah, well, OK, so actually you're going to get 2 of these. I forgot that it was 2 and I've only brought 1 in. But you will get 2 of them, OK? So this is 2 of the Syringa Palabin Lilac Standards. I love a standard. I love this tree shape, the ball of blooms that you get up at the top here.
They're really dainty, aren't they?
They're good. Have a sniff.
Okay,
You're not a big flower fan, are you?
I like flowers.
Do you like smell? Do you like the scent?
I'm not. I feel like there's something part of my body that doesn't.
You don't get it.
Identify fragrance.
I love that.
I've got to really inhale to get it. Maybe my nose doesn't work very well.
Yeah, I think your nose doesn't work well because that is fragrant, that is beautiful. And the great thing with this particular variety of lilac is that you don't just get the blooms once. It's like that now. Oh,
Actually put it up my nose.
You don't just get the blooms once on this, you get it a few times in the summer. So it has its main flowering season now, but it actually gives you flowers, the odd one here and there throughout the summer, but it gives you a second flowering season later on in the year as well. Plus, because this is the standard, this is a grafted tree, which means we've stuck 2 trees together in its simplest form. That's actually a really tricky process. That is a skilled thing, but it's basically the process of sticking 2 trees together.
Using that tape that I was talking about on craft earlier.
The washi tape.
Yeah, the washi tape.
Just stick it together.
Yeah.
What it does is it stops this getting too tall. In fact, the stem of this won't get any taller. It'll get thicker and girthier, but it will not get taller. The top of it will fill out and get taller, but the stem itself won't, which means it's great for more compact gardens. Lilacs, the vulgaris, they get, and you see them at the moment, don't you? You see lilac trees all over the place. Great big tall things with all the flowers up at the top there that can't, you know, I can't have a lilac like that in my garden, but I have got one of these in my garden, and I can grow it in a pot, which is on a sunny part of my patio. It'll be coming with me when I move house because I'm growing it in a pot. They can cope in a part shade position as well, but a good amount of sun gives you all that flowering possibility. Deciduous drops its leaves in winter, comes back so reliably every year because it's winter hardy.
42, 48 for two. So for two of them, so these could be either side of a driveway or the door, or just leading somewhere, whatever you fancy.
I do like the pairs. We often talk in gardening terms of planting in odd numbers. Yes, the aircon just kicked in.
Do you hear that?
I will.
By the way, if you do hear stuff every now and again, we are in the nursery, so there are trucks and stuff and deliveries coming around all the time here. So you hear a rumble in the background. It's either our tummies or trucks, or on this occasion, the aircon.
Yeah, actually it's the heating this morning because it's mildly chilly.
Which is barely use the aircon. It's always freezing in here, but today it's all right, isn't it?
It's not bad, is it?
It's nice in here today.
What was I saying? I've completely forgotten.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, these are lovely. There's your item number, there's your price.
There we go. Rather than £40 a tree, which would be the usual price, you're getting two of them for £42.48 by being in the club. And even this, we're talking about like the pots and things, even this, free P&P or postage included with the code YGTV 2025, the pride of Madeira. Okie dokie. Hang on, no, that's the next one.
No, that's the next one.
We moved on. Okay, cool. Nevertheless, here we go. That moves on literally between the saying the price and description. Matt's on it today with the buttons,
He's
isn't he?
really on it.
Bam, bam, bam,
It's
bam.
how he gets us to move, you see.
That's a classic thing in this sort of industry, by the way.
Stops us from waffling on.
Stop talking about craft. Move on. Look, I've never seen these before.
No, these are dramatic garden plants. The splash of colour that you get from these really beautiful tall stems.
These are crazy. I've never seen these before.
I know, they are amazing. It's one of our head gardener's actual favourite plants as well. He thinks these are phenomenal. Now, they are a close relative of the borage plant, which I absolutely adore. I think the flowers on them are really unusual. These are really common in sort of southern areas like Cornwall and places like that, because they're actually really tolerant of sea air, salty air, which is good because some plants can't cope with that. It is an overwintered plant already, so it is ready to flower for you in its first year. It's what we class as a biennial, but it does self-seed quite prolifically, so you can get little babies from these, and then if you look after those and give them the winter protection they need, they can come back to you next year as well. I believe this has got the RHS Award of Garden Merit as well, so it's a really awesome plant to have in your garden.
It looks like... Are there multiple in there?
No, I believe it's
all of that turned into one of those.
Yeah, you get multiples coming here, and then from the centres of here, this is where those tall stems of, and so these can get tall.
Do I break these up? I kind of guess
No, I don't think you can break these up. But the flowers themselves that produce seeds, and then you get the little baby plants forming, and then you would need to give those baby plants winter protection, and then it will come back for you the next.
They're striking, aren't they?
Aren't they?
Again, a bit of architecture or something different. Talking
plants,
point.
absolutely.
Beautiful. 1784.
And they get nice and tall, so the flower spikes can get up to about 1.5 meters in height.
Yeah, Matt, what was that question? Do you water from the bottom or the top?
I think you could do either with these. I would probably water. I would try not to cover the plants in water. I would water from the ground, or if they're in pots,
do you ever water from the top?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, borders and stuff, I will just go around the borders with the hose.
Yeah, I suppose
Pots, I will always try and get it in the pot rather than over the top, just because it's conserving water and getting it right in there. But some plants hate being top watered, you see. They don't like getting their foliage and stuff
I always thought you
dry.
had to go from the bottom. I didn't realise it was the top. But then borders and stuff, obviously.
Roses, for example, because they do suffer, black spots can be quite a problem. And it's a fungal thing that if you water from the top, it actually spreads it down the rest of the plant. So if you water from the bottom, that can stop that from happening. So it's things like that.
Got some roses on the show, by the way.
We have. We've got a beautiful rose, the Arthur Bell, coming up.
Nevertheless, here we go. The Pride of Madeira, 680023, 17.84. I love the discount price. It feels like a random price, right? 84 pence. It's a low. Another 15% coming off for you. 680023. Okie dokie. If you missed this at the start of the show, we're going to recap on those favourites. After all, a lot of people adding, and all the baskets are different going home. But if you're wondering what to do or where to go, pop one of these in your basket. Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of these.
To accompany
absolutely.
something else.
Yeah, this is our favourites table. So this is the one that we think is going to be the most popular on a Thursday, and then on a Sunday, it's basically the ones that you've been buying during the week. So these are the ones that everybody is going for.
So you don't want to miss out. Maybe it's the offer, maybe it's the colour, maybe it's a brand new today, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okie
African Sun, Osteospermum, this one is just brilliant. I remember seeing this back in our previous life when we worked on that other shopping channel.
No, there's no others.
No, there's no others. Well, I was presenting for YouGarden on that channel, and this came in, and I was like, whoa,
yeah.
What is that? Look at those beautiful colours. I just think those are fantastic. The yellow tips around the edge and the way that it graduates so perfectly into the centre there. You can see why these are called Purple Sun, can't you?
Yeah.
It does, for me, it's sunset colours in some amazing, far-flung, gorgeous country. An African sunset, there you go, that's exactly what this looks like. The colour combination is what is stand out on this, but then you do have a prolific flowering plant here. Now, it's a tender perennial.
Okay.
Most people grow these as an annual, but you can actually get these through to the next year with the right kind of winter protection. There are hardy osteospermums that you can just leave out. This one needs some help to get through. So if you grow it in containers and pots, you can move them, give them that frost-free location, and then bring them out again next year, and you should get the same amazing flowering capabilities. They just flower constantly right the way through to autumn, as long as you deadhead. So once those flowers go over, you can just trim them back, and it will just keep them blooming. They are just gorgeous. I mean, you just need to look at those flowers to know. You want them in your garden, don't you?
Yeah, say no more. Like the most eye-catching when I first walked in here. Maybe it's closest to the door. I don't know. It is. But no, seriously, like seeing these are just nothing like it. And this is what nature brings, isn't it? 560812. I know we're going to go quickly. We'll spend more time on these later on, maybe even on TikTok later on. But nevertheless, let's move on to our azaleas if we can, please, Bex.
Yeah, the Sunburst, the Encore. Oh, I don't know if I said this earlier about these, and if I didn't, then that was remiss of me. It is called Encore because it flowers twice. Now, normally with azalea, it gives you the one flowering. Azalea rhododendron, brilliant. They give you that flowering period between your spring bulbs and your summer flowers happening, and they do it prolifically. They look amazing. But it's called Encore because it does it again for you later on in the year.
Right, so that's Encore. You're talking about like an annual period.
Yes.
Right.
So rather than having a one flower, a bit like the lilac I was talking about earlier, rather than it just having that one flowering period, you get it twice.
Oh, wow.
So if you're going to go for your azaleas, why not go for the azalea that's going to give you 2 flowering periods in the 1 year? That's amazing.
It's really striking how it's like, almost like in the veining, that the darker colour right in the middle, it's sort of like growing through with it. It feels really lacy, doesn't it? It feels really lacy and quite French, actually, I think.
It does look really lacy, and the thing is, it does, it covers the plant in these gorgeous blooms.
How tall do you think that is?
It's not massive.
No.
I mean, that picture there
on
is
the ground,
about
sort of like
50,
knee height?
Yeah, about 40, 50 centimetres.
Yeah, it depends how tall your knees are, I suppose.
The great thing with the azaleas is that they are really slow growing.
Okay.
They don't take over, and that makes them perfect for growing in pots as well.
Yeah, okay.
They need their ericaceous compost, they need acid soil, so make sure you've got your ericaceous compost, and if you don't have acid soil in your garden, that makes it the perfect plant for growing in pots.
Okay, here we go. 1952 for all three of them spying there for you. 511451. Helianthus.
Helianthus. Okay, the most popular item.
You're loving this, yeah.
It is every time we bring this, actually. Every year when we bring this to you, it is the most popular one. It's just going to bloom. It's blooming, gorgeous.
Go on.
One.
Yep.
It just keeps going all the way through summer, right the way up into autumn as well. It is a sterile plant, and this is where its secret to success lies. I think there's a description on our website that says something about one of the gardeners here or something. They counted over 1,000 in one season on one plant, 1,000 flowers in one season on one plant, and I can absolutely see that based on some of the customer pictures that have been sent in on these, because they just keep. It can't set seed, so it means that the plant just keeps producing flowers. So, I'll produce another flower then. I'll do another one then.
Oh, there we go, that's fun.
And it just keeps going. Here's Andrew's pictures, and these pictures were taken in October. That's Andrew's picture, taken in October. So you imagine each of these plants that's going to grow to about 60 by 60 centimetres, a couple of feet height spread, and constantly flower all summer long. You'd be able to cut flowers from these. You actually get some quite nice long stems.
Yeah, you do. I was just thinking that. They're really strong as well.
When it gets going, some really nice long stems. So you could be cutting flowers here to create cut flower displays, and you'd be able to do it probably every other day. You'd be able to cut flowers from this and bring them indoors and have that those beautiful flowers. Here you go. Gave up counting at 1,000.
I gave up in July.
I'm done.
He was counting for months. And it's buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
So the red box in the description there with the code YGTV2025. Yes, free P&P, but buy one, get one free, which means, right, just very much... That's one of them. I'll get another one of this whole thing again, right? Okay.
Put one in your basket, enter the code. That'll then put the other one in your basket for you.
Is that capped? So if I put 2 in my basket and use the code,
2.
I'll get another 2.
Yeah.
So I'll get 4.
Yeah.
Etc. Etc.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you want to buy 10 of them, you'll get 10 free. 20 in total.
Excellent.
I don't think there's any cap on the amount you buy as well, so like you can just fill your basket.
Because sometimes it's like, maybe you've done it before, maybe sometimes it's like a new customer thing, or sometimes it's limited to just one. You know, buy one, get one free.
We don't tend to do that here.
No, you're like, keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Go on.
If you want them, you can have them.
Free P&P. Right. 560541. All the repeats of these item numbers and prices and incentives. It's all on YouGarden.com. That's where you can find it. Do click on the YGTV logo, top right corner.
Top right as you look at it,
yeah.
It would be.
Top right corner. And that's where you can watch the live show, but that's where all of the products are. Thank you, Matthew. Underneath there, by the way, that picture.
You look so happy, Dan. Look at you.
That was the idea. I was meant to be a bit like ironic that I wasn't being iconic. Far from it. Ironic. Like I was very excited. No one's excited as you. Nevertheless, having a lovely time, weren't we? There's the cabbage, by the way. That's coming up. I haven't seen that yet. But nevertheless. Okay, that is what you're watching here. We're just like... Yes, Rebecca. Having the time of her life, isn't she? Thumbs up. I don't know what we're doing either. We were here, 560541, having a lovely time, Rebecca, aren't we? Right, Cuphea, please.
The enchanting Cuphea collection, and it is enchanting. Just look at those flowers, and this is what is going to be a pollinator magnet in your garden. These are described as a pollinator or a wildlife magnet. The colour combination, I love the way the petals meet the main part of the flower as well, how it just sort of tapers in and goes really thin as that. Look, how cute is that?
Almost like alien-esque, isn't it?
It is, I think it's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
These are flowering, so the plug plants that we've got here, nice strong sturdy stems on there, but that one has the flower open on it. I think it's the same pack we were using the other day, where the buds were just there, and now those flowers have started to open. And these will give you long flowering season going right the way through till hopefully around September. You never know, maybe even going into October, depending on the kind of late summer going into autumn we have. They want to go into a sunny spot in your garden, so definitely put them somewhere bright, sunny. Pots, borders, window boxes, maybe topper hanging baskets. They're nice upright flowers that you get here. And the great thing is they're quite low maintenance because these don't usually need deadheading. You can, of course, but they don't usually need that because deadheading can become a bit of a labour of love, can't it, in summertime? Sometimes it's a bit tricky. Like, oh God, I don't want to do it again. I mean, sometimes it's lovely, just pot around the garden, but if you've got loads of plants that need deadheading, it can be a bit of a chore sometimes, and hopefully that's going to be one of your lower maintenance ones.
Listen, that's where your heavy duty pots come in and all sorts, isn't it?
Yeah.
£11 and 4p. There you go, 401519. Hugely popular on the show too. Amanda's asking, what have you?
The Leashi Acers. They're over there, Amanda.
Oh, Amanda, they're on the way.
On the table. I've put them up, so we will be coming to those very, very soon.
How long do you think it will take us to get around there?
20 minutes.
Amanda, honestly, by 11:30, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before then.
Okay.
I mean, if we actually get on with the job, man, it would be a lot quicker, wouldn't it? If I was talking right now with you.
That's great. You look very tanned, Dan. Have you been on holiday, or have you been going outside a lot?
I was on a boat all day yesterday.
Were you? Is that
yeah, my face. Yeah, and didn't put any lotion, did I?
Oh. Is it
it's
warm?
A bit burnt. But being outside, I've been outside a lot. So yeah, my face just catches us.
Is it just
anything
brown
else.
face and then you're white everywhere else?
I could be, swimming in a pool all day long. Just this gets loads of sun and doesn't touch the rest of my body. So yeah, that's where I am. Am I shiny and burnt?
No.
No?
It was only I just noticed on screen
Yeah,
that
you see
I
that?
look quite pale and you look quite brown.
How dark's my face? It's like I've got some sort of makeup on, which I haven't. Sean doesn't let me touch it.
No, I mean, it is over there if you want to use it.
What, that big spray? Is that what Sean uses?
Yeah, that massive spray can.
Like her off Benidorm. Right, oleanders.
Yes, Oleander tricolour for you. You don't need to decide which colour. It's been decided for you. You're going to get all three of them. The pink, the red and the white, all potted into the same pot. I love it when we bring you a tricolour. We do it with a few different things. We've got hibiscus tricolour, we've got the Dahlia tricolour, and now we're bringing it to you with the oleander. I don't think we had an oleander tricolour last year. I think it was all individual colours last year. Now, you can go for the individual colours, and in fact, we've got a double-up deal available for you on the white and the red.
Okay.
But if you want something a bit more unusual and you don't know which colour to go for, then here is the one for you. Now, they are, I'm going to say they're pretty easy to look after. They are going to need a little bit of winter protection.
Yeah.
Now, I'm the kind of gardener that doesn't want to work too hard with that sort of thing in winter. Like Adam, he'll get out there and he'll do his fleece wrapping and all that sort of stuff. It's not me, not yet, maybe in the future. I like to just pick up a pot and move it. I find that the easiest way of giving things winter protection. So you can container grow these. Once they get established, they can cope with -5 for short periods of time. That'd be absolutely fine. But being able to pick up a pot and move it means it's nice and simple, isn't it? Though you can go for fleece wrappings and all that sort of stuff if you want to. You've got evergreen foliage on here, so that stays true all year. But then you've got that flowering capability here, where it's flowering now. They have been for several weeks. That's them just yesterday on the nursery. Matt went out and got loads of footage. Got loads of footage for us yesterday, and this is what they're looking like right now. But they'll keep going like this right the way through to autumn, as long as you keep on top of your deadheading. Once they get established, they're very drought tolerant. They grow prolifically across the Mediterranean. Nobody's looking after them out there, and they still flower and look amazing constantly. I can
see all three plants in there.
Yes.
Can I break them up if I want to?
You can, yes, absolutely.
Okey-dokey.
So it's basically multi-planted. So if you were to take this out, nice rooty plant, you could actually, I'm not gonna, but you could tease those apart if you wanted to. You might want to cut rather than pull, but if you were to cut through and get the three plants removed individually, you could then have 3 oleander plants for £15.29 as a club discount price. So you're talking £5.10 per plant if you were to divide that into 3.
Okay, there you go. Excellent value, isn't it? 680346. That's for the tricolour, but again, if you want individual bits and bobs, let's quickly recap elements for you right now. The details on the screen right now are for the white offer for you for 21.23. So if you love the white, saving £25 off. That's purely by shopping on YouGarden, let alone being a club member. Even more off, another 15% off. In fact, if you like the white side of things, 680301. Or the red. Maybe this is your favourite colour. Maybe it's going to match up with a red area in your garden. Maybe you've already grown these on and you want to get some more. Absolutely. Same price as the previous. 680302. YouGarden YGTV 2025. Use offer code every single time you order. YGTV 2025 will get you free P and P. If you want to go for the Kalita double collection for you can see it right here, 401564. That is $13.58. You're not far off. Half price anyway, purely shopping through the YouGarden TV side of things. You will still get a further 15% off by being in the club. A lot of you are asking about tomatoes. We've got 2 different offers on our tomatoes. We've got the money makers, and this is your gardener's delight. Little cherry tomatoes to go for you. Loads here for you, as you can spy in your pots, obviously, maybe in your windowsills. Bex, could I grow these indoors? Or do they want to be outside?
Conservatories and greenhouses, yes, with some sort of airflow and things getting in.
Yeah? Okay, so you could start them off there if you want to. 370104. The money makers are also on the show. There's begonias are also on the show, the Sahara side of things. Maybe they're going to be plugging the gaps between larger flowers. Maybe you'd love a begonia. Maybe it's going to go in your hanging baskets, your wall planters, who knows. 410207, though, will get you the 20 garden ready begonias at $12.73. That's Sahara. We've also got the dinner plates mix, so super large blooms for under £10, for under £9, for under £8.50. I could keep going, couldn't I? 630319. 5 tubers in here, lots of different varieties. That's why it's called your dinner plate mix. More dahlias, the Cuphea. So if you love this, do you see why I think it's a little bit Parisienne, these sort of blush colours, a little bit shabby chic side of things in art? They're very, very pretty, aren't they? 630387 will get you yours for £8.49 for club members. Now you get 2 of these. The lilac standard tree or flower or plant, whatever you want to call it, should be £80 for the 2 of them. You're getting basically buy one, get one for £2.49. That's probably where I'd go. 510626 gets you yours. Or not forgetting, you're not putting these in your car. You're not driving somewhere to collect these. These are all being delivered to the address that you've given us. And because you get the pair, they could really be framing up a doorway, a window. Maybe you're going to order more than 2. You're going to get 4 in down the garden. Who knows? But for £42.48, a pair of those coming to your club members' addresses. 510626. The Pride of Madeira, these are really striking, something different. We were talking about eye catchers before, weren't we, with the African daisies? I think these very much fit into that ilk. 680023 is your item. Remember to get hold of these for £17.84. Would go up, or the usual price, sorry, of £24.99. If you're not sure, every single basket, whilst it's been, actually, no, it doesn't matter being delivered to your door because you're getting free P&P with that code anyway. But for the best possible compost, originally was the professional compost. It's now to everybody to get hold of these. That's why the bags haven't got pictures of stuff on it, because the nurseries don't need pictures and things. That's what normally use in garden centres, etc. To get the premium professional compost, 100 litres in total, will be delivered in 2 bags, 2 50-litre bags, for everything from your smallest plug plants into your pots, into your planters, into your hanging baskets, into your actual ground, into the heavy duty pots, whatever you are planting and want to grow your own tomatoes, etc. As long as they want nothing ericaceous, away you go. 100125 will get you 100 litres there for £21.23. Rebecca.
Daniel.
Hello. Even more on this table. We told you there's so much, so thank you all for tuning in.
Loads more.
People drop in and out, people tune in for the whole thing. It's always worth having a look.
And we've managed to get here before half 11. So Amanda.
Yes.
We're coming to it. Look, the Laoshi's just here for you, all right? Have I done it the wrong way around, Dan?
Should we be here?
Sorry.
Should we go here?
No, I'm supposed to... Anyway,
let's go.
He's all right. He's on it. He's worked it out. We've got the Lobelia Queen Victoria over this side for you. So this one is amazing. You're going to get 3 of these 9cm pots.
I love that colour in here.
Yeah, here. Just check out the roots on those first of all, because this is a nice rooty beauty. Rooty beauty right there. Raring to grow, absolutely. Now, what I love about Lobelia Queen Victoria, check out that foliage. Look at the burgundy, beautiful dark foliage on there. But then check out the flowers that you're going to get atop those beautiful burgundy coloured leaves. Now these can get to somewhere between sort of 60 and 90 centimetres in height, normally towards the top end of that. They are another pollinator magnet. Bees and butterflies are going to absolutely adore this plant. Very exotic looking, but quite versatile. You can definitely get a bit of a cottage garden feel by planting these. It's got the RHS Award of Garden Merit, and this is going to light up your late summer flowering displays. From around July onwards, up until about October, you should get those wonderful flowers on there. They can form clumps, which I love a clump forming plant, because you can divide them every 2-3 years, and then you can spread them around your garden and you've got even more flowers. Free plants, which is what I love. That's why I love a clump forming plant. Now this can actually cope with more boggy soils, so potentially my clay soil, I haven't grown them yet, but potentially my clay soil this could cope with. The edges of ponds and streams and things like that, this could cope with that quite happily. It is a perennial plant. It's a herbaceous perennial. It disappears in winter, comes back in springtime. You'll start seeing that growth coming through. Pretty hardy, down to probably about -5. So what you need to do in autumn, good layer of mulch over the top of that. And in actual fact, I'm going to say strulch, because...
We got it on the Website.
We have got it on the website, absolutely. It can get a little bit affected by slugs and snails in the spring, but just the new growth coming through. Once it's got to about this size, hopefully they're less interested by it. But if you put a good layer of strulch over it, it gives it the duvet it needs in winter, so that it'll get through the winter. But then it'll also stop the slugs and snails from getting to it and munching.
A bit spiky on their tummies.
I think it's the texture, but also it's been through this mineralisation process, which it doesn't harm them. There's no slugs, no pellets, no poisons, which is really good. We're not turning them into, little poison bombs for the birds when they eat them, which is a good thing. But there's something in that mineralisation process that means when they go onto it, they don't like it and they go somewhere else.
If I had a big slimy tummy, I wouldn't want to.
Wouldn't want to crawl over it. No, you wouldn't, would you?
No.
No.
That's the last thing we want.
No, absolutely.
Right, there we go. Strulch is available on YouGarden.com, by the way. Any more over here?
No, I said all of the things I was supposed to say on that one.
Nailed it, Bex. Thank you so much. 560-860. Amanda, we're coming to the A3 in just a second. We'll get there. I know we're a minute over, but we're nearly there. But first of all, is it Lophos?
It is the Lophos Mixed Duo Collection. 3 wonderful colours included in here. And this is for your hanging baskets, trailing plants, your window boxes, taller pots.
Okay.
Now, here's one that I want to talk to you about the foliage before I talk to you about the flowers. It's got it's a grapevine feel to me. I think that's what it reminds me of. That's what I love about the foliage.
I love the shape of the leaves.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
And actually, the leaves are a feature right the way through till probably about June, end of June, July time.
Ivy.
Yeah.
Ivy-esque.
I adore the shape of the foliage on here, but then the flowers start to appear and you get these lovely trumpet blooms on there that appear from sort of June time going right the way through to September. It's a fast growing one. If you want to get a really good result in your hanging baskets, this is one to go for, or a quick result, because you're going to get that fast growing foliage on there and then those trumpet blooms. Ideally, these want to be frost free, but I think I caveat this, please check your local areas, but I think we're past the frosty points of the year.
Come on.
We must be.
Come on.
But
I guarantee it.
Me mum says never cast a clout till May is out.
Never cast a what?
Never cast a clout until May is
What's
out.
a clout?
Clout is it's an item of clothing or a covering.
Oh, is it?
So you don't get rid of it until the end of May.
Is that what your mum said?
Because they can... I always used to be like, what? We talked about this a bit on here. I don't know what it means, but it basically means that there is always the potential of late frosts right up until the end of May.
We like that. We like with the roundest sound.
Roundest sound.
If it's
sticking out, get it out.
If it sticks out,
yeah, well,
get it out.
But yeah, just check
what
your
we're talking about. I don't know.
I think we're fine. I think you're okay to get these out now. But yeah, keep an eye on your local area.
That is a Bex non-guarantee right there. That's exactly what that is.
These can be overwintered. Most people just grow these as annuals, but you can overwinter these and get them to come back next year. They will trail probably by about 60 centimetres, so it's a really good trail you get on these.
Lovely. There we go. For 1868, that's club members. Amanda, we got there. Thank you. I hear you're watching. Is this what Amanda was talking about?
Yeah, the Layoshi, the Acers. Now you're going to get 3 of these.
You will love
apparently she's already bought them. Yay. Giving one to your brother. That's what I really love.
Oh, no.
I didn't want
Bex,
that tag anyway.
just rock and roll.
I didn't want it. It's fine.
Good job.
This is what I love about these triple packs, because it does mean that you're getting great value from them, but it does mean that maybe you can get one and give it as a gift, which is beautiful. And Acers are a fantastic gift. I actually gave a pack of Acers to a friend as a wedding gift, because it's a long-lived plant with the right care. They are winter hardy. Look at those.
Filmed yesterday. This footage. This is the sort of conditions and the quantity, hence why you get... Rebecca!
It's all right.
What was that now?
I trod on a packet of plants.
Oh,
it's fine.
gosh. It's carnage. Triple slip, pop it in the book. The consistency, more to the point, that when you purchase now, so maybe you purchase more than one, this is the kind of... 2 of those are going to be plucked out for you and sent to your house.
3 of those are going to be plucked out.
3 of those, yeah, good point.
So they have a lovely variegation on there. They've got the green, the cream, the pink going on, and I think these work amazingly. If you've got a collection of Acers, this is going to be fantastic to add into that collection. Now, the reason I love giving them as gifts is because they're long-lived. you know, they're going to have them in their gardens for many years, as long as they look after them properly. Winter hardy, so no winter protection needed. Two things they need a slightly more shaded position, so either full or part shade. I wouldn't say deep shade, but they could be in a shady spot. But they also want to be in a sheltered spot. They don't want to be anywhere where there's going to be blowing too much on them. They get sunburn, they get windburn. Those are the two things you've got to remember, basically. So if you do that...
Where are you going to keep me? Keep these.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
If you do that with these, they can live for decades. In fact, there are acers that have been there for 100 years. And yes, Amanda, it does look very much like the Taylor. Yeah, it's a beautiful variety of acer, very much like the other Taylor variety as well. I love getting acers in or en masse. Do a collection of acers, because if you get like the Atropurpureum, for example, the lovely burgundy foliage with this, the contrast is amazing. And then you get the emerald lace, which is that lovely limey green one, which has got the really finely dissected leaves. That looks amazing. But when you put them all together, that's where you get a real kind of display. But they can look fantastic just as a sort of individual feature plant on its own.
Third of the price off by being in the club after all. 511640. Got a lot more to say about that. And by the way, Ruth, who we were talking about before, trying to make sure she orders. Problem solved. Got a great deal.
Yay!
Ruth's a happy chappy. Ruth, thank you so much for keeping us in the loop. We sort of did it together, didn't we?
Yeah, I love that though. I'm glad you got your order placed though, and that you're happy with the deal that you got. That's what it's all about.
Yep, indeed. By the way, there's still plenty of time. I know we're going to 12:30 on Facebook and YouTube. You can still comment along, send us your pictures, your questions. You can email in as well. But from 1:30 to 4, we'll be live on TikTok, won't we?
We will indeed, yeah.
Live on TikTok. That's all things Acer. Can we move on, please, to Million Stars?
Yeah, the pink carpet, this one is called, and you can kind of see why when you look at that plant, can't you?
Yeah.
Now, I've said this a couple of times over the last week or so. We've had this in the potting shed, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks we've been bringing this to you.
Yep.
Now, originally, when we first spied it, it was just covered in these tiny little pink buds. And we were like, ooh, that's exciting.
Pending.
Pending, yeah. I mean, it's in the post. You can see it just, you can see the potential and the promise that this was giving. And it has fulfilled that. Just look at that beautiful carpet of blooms that you get with this. There are so many flowers on there. It is absolutely amazing. It's low growing, it's compact, it's perfect for frontal borders. I also think this would be great in a sort of larger rockery. It could grow to about 60 by 60 centimetres. So really nice low growing, spreading plant here. Incredibly hardy, not fussed by slugs and snails. It's kind of disease resistant. It's not fussy on soil type. I mean, this is a low maintenance, non-diva plant that's completely hardy, that's going to give you the most amazing flowering display. I cannot see what you wouldn't love about it.
23 Simtone cracking price as well, isn't it? Down from 30 after all. So to get hold of yours, 511678. There you go. Great name. Again, I've never seen that one before. Beautiful. No, yeah, get a lot of questions asking about, do you do roses? Or roses?
Do we do roses?
You are in luck.
You are. So we're actually the sort of official distributor supplier of Harkness roses, and Harkness are the best when it comes to rose breeding. They've been in business for well over 100 years. It's a family-run business. They are multi-award-winning breeder of roses. So it's the Harkness stand we're going to on the Chelsea Flower Show next week. We are special guests of Harkness because we distribute all of their roses. And they've won 25 gold and silver medals at Chelsea. Like,
amazing. What a time that's going to be.
Absolutely top-notch when it comes to rose breeding. It's fascinating how they breed roses as well to be as disease resistant as these ones are. They start off and it takes about 7 or 8 years or something or other to get to one rose. That's the nursery yesterday, by the way. This is what we call our rose field.
Wow.
There are thousands of roses in there. We have hundreds of rose varieties. Obviously, we can't bring them all into the potting shed. What we've brought for you is the Arthur Bell climbing rose.
I wanted to spin this, because just under here,
yes,
there's all sorts going on under here.
Well, it's what we call a floribunda.
See, look under there. Hello.
So actually what you've got here is clusters of roses. So hybrid tea is where you get one single stem, one single rose at the end of it. It's your classic Valentine's rose. This is a floribunda where you get clusters of roses together. This flower has gone over. So what we're going to do, normally when I'm checking whether a flower's gone over, I tap it, and if the petals fall off, which they are doing, that's when I know that that one needs pruning back.
Okay, so we'll grab our...
Where's my secateurs? Adam, what have you done with the secateurs?
Adam.
Yes, the orange ones.
Adam.
Matt took them out, he's going to go and get them for me.
All's forgiven.
It's all right, Adam, sorry.
These things, like secateurs, etc., maybe little trowels and things, these are all available for you from YouGarden. It's a much wider scope.
There's loads of stuff on the website, absolutely.
Thank you, Matthew. There he is.
Thank you, Matt.
He's real. He's a real boy.
That's how I know that a rose needs pruning, by just sort of tapping the roses. And if see, this one's not ready to go yet. I'm giving it a little shake. Those are staying there, so I'm going to keep them on. This one, I know, because I put it on the table and all the petals fell off. So all we do is follow the stem down to the base. Snip, get rid of that. Oh, it smells so good though. And what that's going to do is then encourage more blooms to come through. You get loads and loads of flowers on here. Now it's a climbing rose. It's going to climb to probably somewhere like 3 meters.
Oh, wow.
Top tip with your climbing roses is make them snake their way up whatever it is climbing up. Don't make them go straight up. It'll still look beautiful, but if you make it snake up whatever it's climbing up, it stresses the plant and then it will send out more shoots. More shoots means more flowers, so you get a better flowering ability if you help it to snake its way up there. Arthur Bell is, you all know this, I'm so sorry to repeat myself so many times. You're regular, so you will hear my stories multiple times. I'm sorry about that. But I did start my journey of...
Do we tell Matt to change details now or later?
No, should we do it now?
Should we do it now?
Matt, can you give us the details, please? Oh, that's...
He had a lot going on.
I thought I had.
Now, Matt, you just saw his answer. He had to go and get the secateurs, to be fair. Then he came and handed it into the studio. Now he's gone back to his shed, and you know what was in there when he got back in there?
A fly.
A fly! It was like, now there's a fly in here. Poor guy. He's pressed the button. There we go. It's only $16.99.
It is only $16.99 club price, which is brilliant. I mean, look at the size of it.
Now there's a fly in here.
Arthur Bell did start my love affair with roses. I grow the shrub variety of Arthur Bell, but I really like the way that they start. As that lovely tight bud there, and it's kind of got a flamey colour to it. It's got oranges and reds in there. It opens up into a beautiful yellow bloom, but then as the flowers fade, they turn into a more creamy yellow-white colour as well. So you get this transition of colour that happens with the climbing Arthur Bell. It's just classic and beautiful, and the fragrance is delightful. I would say it's a medium-strong fragrance on Arthur Bell, which, look, I like the scent of rose flowers.
What sort of compost do these need?
A multi-purpose, ours would be amazing, but roses typically can grow in quite poor soil. I wouldn't try and grow them in poor soil personally. I think you're going to get much better flowering ability from a rose if you give it some really nutrient-rich, good compost. Our compost would be the perfect stuff. You can add, fish blood and bone into the bottom of there. You can add other goodness, but our compost would be perfect.
Well, here come 2 details for you. One is, of course, the rose itself, 530362. Here's a brilliant time, by the way. You've got your baskets, a lot of information coming away to press check out. But if you want to know more about that compost, here's head gardener Peter.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula, we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow-release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow-release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see that there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. And plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the well, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And, you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough.
You're
there
right.
you go.
You went full Sean there, didn't you, for a
I
second?
did go full Sean.
He loves doing that, bless him. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Sean. After all, the compost is on the screen at 100125 for all of those reasons that Pete was just saying, which is why he makes sure they're now available for you to get hold of this compost. Now, you're right.
Yep, sorry. I saw my mic was pointing off that way. Stu will be telling me off.
He'll be furious.
Hopefully I still sound all right.
You sound great. Now, we do have the mix of the oleanders, but you do have some individual colours if this is what you want to go for.
So we've got the white pear, where you can actually get both of those.
Yep.
So 2 pots of the white in the 15 centimetre pots, and great discount included on these. Everything that I said to you about the tricolour is exactly the same for these. So evergreen foliage, beautiful. And look at the colours. I love the white, the beautiful pure white colour that you get on here. I think it's classic, I think it's elegant. I think it really stands out in the garden when you put it in with mixed colours.
Like anniversary presents, that kind of thing.
Them.
Really pure, isn't it? So, should be £50. Here's where you're watching and hopefully shopping on YouGarden TV after all. Because the TV side of thing, online, you know what we're saying here. Half price.
Half price deal.
Club members, a further 15% off to 21.23. But as far as the product goes, you're still getting the exact same thing. It's worth £50.
Yeah.
But for 21.23 with free P&P with the code on the screen, YGTV 2025. Extraordinary value, that.
It really is. When you think about the length of flowering that you're getting on this, now through to autumn, that it's a perennial plant with the right care, could be in your garden for many, many years. Versatile as well, ground or pots. Ground if you're going to give it the right kind of protection. Pots means it's easier to move. And I really like the idea of creating a sort of holiday feel in your own garden.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to do that, isn't it? Maybe you don't want to go on holiday anymore. Maybe you can't afford to go on holiday. It certainly was the case for me over the last couple of years.
Maybe not mobile enough anymore. It just doesn't suit you anymore. Yeah, I get you.
But you can get that lovely holiday feel in your garden. I banged on about it last year, didn't I? I didn't get to go on holiday. Create the tropical oasis in your garden, but you can do that. I did.
That is how you thought.
It became a running joke last week.
You're like, so funny, isn't it?
Yeah, so funny. I can't afford to go on holiday. No, I booked one this year. I'm quite excited.
Where are you going?
Turkey.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Can't wait. Very excited.
Where are we going, Turkey?
It's the Didim.
Oh.
It's like it's the west coast.
I don't know where that is, but it sounds.
It's going to be hot.
Yeah.
We're going in August, and I've got a ginger husband and blonde children. Whoops.
Oh gosh.
Whoops.
Find a shady area for them. Okay, good point. Well, there's the white. The red
I think
is.
I've got pink here. These are pink.
We're going to show you the red details first of all.
I'm sorry, I
some
brought
sort
the
of
wrong
discount.
ones in.
Here we go.
They're red. So the red ones. In fact, can I bring in the? I'll bring in the.
Go
tricolour,
get it. I'll give you the details.
So you get an idea.
680302.
Oh,
There's a
go.
picture. But we've got a live red one too.
There you go. So that's the sort of red colour that you're looking at. Apologies, I brought the wrong ones in. But it's 2 15-centimetre pots you're going to be getting there. Exactly the same again. Remember that you have got the evergreen foliage, the beautiful long flowering. Need to give them some winter protection. But with the right care, honestly, you could have these in your garden for a long, long time.
Here we go, 680302. Are your family, are they sun worshippers when they go, like, is Kev going to be on a lounger? No?
They said, because the holidays we've taken over the last 5 years, mostly, it's been all about them.
Yep.
Well, it should be a little bit, of course. They're the kids and all the rest of it. But bless them, my kids actually sat at the dinner table like a month or so ago and said, should we do a holiday this year that is more about mum? And I was like, that's quite sweet. So we're going to an all-inclusive resort. I will be on a lounger.
But they'll have a wicked
with a cocktail
time.
in it. I have booked something where there's loads of pools and loads
Slides
of
and
slides,
stuff.
and then it's on the beach, so we can do beach stuff too. But yeah, it's about me this year.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew. I have got one here.
Thanks.
Oh,
I've got one of those.
But thanks.
Thank you,
I
though.
didn't realise that's what I wanted to do next.
Is that not this one?
Not the brush.
Not
Okay,
this
well,
one.
that's all right.
We'll get rid
Let's
of it.
swap over. Let's
It's
do it
fine,
live
Matt,
after
it's
all.
all good.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all friends here.
Did I put the wrong one out? You
Yeah.
can blame me, love. You can blame me.
Yeah, that can go there. Absolutely. There needs to be blame culture,
Yeah.
and let's blame someone,
Your
please.
fault.
Absolutely. So, we'll have a lovely holiday. August, you're going in.
August, yeah, can't wait. I'm so excited.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I won't talk about it every single week. I promise. I might.
It should. It's exciting.
I might. It's got 3 months away.
You work hard. You're not going on a walking holiday here. It's absolutely fine.
I'm so glad I'm not going on a walking holiday. No, I love my walking holidays.
You do.
But I just need it. I need some sun.
Well, this is like my family. Like, we're all about every holiday for me when I was growing up was Wales, Derbyshire.
Yeah.
Like
And they're great
Rinalds,
holidays.
Monroes, climbing.
I want something else
Really
now.
cool. Now my dad's somehow discovered all-inclusives.
Yeah.
He's like, what? They'll bring you beer when? Having a lovely
At
time.
9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. He's like, look at this. I'm like, I know, I get it, Dad. Chill out. But nevertheless, you've earned it, babe. Have a lovely time.
Thank you.
You work very
I
hard.
feel
Look after
like
your
I
family
have.
beautifully. This is what all the fuss was about just now.
Yes, the Calibrachoa Red Rocket. Now, this is a wonderful foliage plant, and in actual fact, we did see this the other day. Is it this one, or is it the other one? There is a flower spike.
Oh, did Matt bring the wrong one?
No, it's fine. We've got one over there, if it's that one. But there is a flower starting to appear on... Here it is. I got it. So... Actually, this one gives you an idea of the kind of colours that you're going to get on here, because the new foliage comes out and it is a beautiful bright red colour. But on here, that, my friends, we do believe is a flower spike starting to appear on here. So you are going to get flowers on here as well. However, this is all about the foliage, to be perfectly honest with you. The colour of that is absolutely amazing.
Look at the top
Once that
here,
starts to come through...
Like red rocket, like
it
reddy,
can
bronzy.
be- Well, it can get really bright red colour
Okay.
as well. And that in the sunshine is just going to look amazing. Look! It just kind of looks so pretty. And these can get nice and big as well, so you could create a hedge border out of these if you wanted to. We are talking somewhere between a metre and a half is what these can grow to, and if you planted them at the right distances, you could create a hedge border from them. Now, what I will tell you is milder areas of the country, you're not going to be worried. Look at that en masse. Look how good that looks.
Yep.
Milder areas of the country, you'll be fine. Cooler areas of the country, you might need to give them some winter protection. They can cope with -5 once they get established, but in the really, really cold areas of the country, if it's prolonged periods, you will need to give it some protection. If you grow them in pots, you can easily move them.
Yep.
If they're in the ground, obviously your fleeces and stuff like that will get them through. It is a Mediterranean plant.
Now, question from Facebook. Melda,
Hello, Melda.
is asking, could you recommend an evergreen flowering shrub that's okay for exposed windy fronty garden?
That grows upright, a windy fronty garden. Evergreen, winter hardy, flowering, grows upright. West Scotland, I think.
Are we here?
I mean, depending on I'm not an expert on Scottish weather, but just with the extra protection that's going to need and the fact that it's windy, I'm not going to say this one for you. You could go, I mean, so often when we talk about this, we talk about it in comparison to Photinias, and Photinia Red Robin is a wonderful one. Grows nice and upright. That does have those lovely flowers that appear on here, but it is evergreen as well, or ever red. The new foliage comes out a lovely bright red colour. I absolutely adore Photinia Red Robin. I think it's a brilliant one, and we do one called Little Red Robin that doesn't get too tall, or we've got the Red Robin one which gets a bit taller. So that would be my initial suggestion. By all means, if anyone else in the chat has got any suggestions for the lovely, sorry, I've forgotten the name, Melda on Facebook, then by all means put it in the chat and we'll read them out to her.
Spectacular part of the world, anywhere in Scotland, actually.
Lovely, yeah, absolutely. Not spent enough time up there.
Oh, there's for walking.
Yeah, I know, right?
Up in the Monroes,
It'd be
off
amazing,
you go.
wouldn't it?
Who knows? Right, here we go. We haven't seen the words double up deal on the screen yet.
Yeah.
So that is another thing where you get two, so rather than one for $16.99, two for £30.
Yeah, two for $29.99, but you'd take your club discount off that as well.
So 15% off that. No one can do that. $4.50 off. Maybe that's wrong. Not sure.
That's £3 off, isn't it?
That 10%.
If you get two for $29.99.
10% is for
oh
£3.
my God, yes. Sorry,
yeah.
it says 15% off there. Even less you're taking off there. You're right, I think.
We can do 10 here, but 50. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's done all for you at checkout. But again, it's that code that does it, right?
It's the code that does it, but with the double up deal, you have to put 2 in your basket.
So you put, okay, so buying it on free, it's done.
You put the 2 in your basket,
if you want to.
and then you put the code in, and it will give you those discounts.
Okie dokie. YGTV 2025, you're getting for 2, for whatever you're getting, you will still get free P and P. 680-321. But yeah, really striking, really different.
Beautiful.
Here we go. Right, a little recap for you now. Nearly at midday, after all.
Ooh, not long left then.
No, half an hour or so left, but here's a quick recap for you. Various item numbers that we've just shown you. Now, it's a double collection for you, saving £14 off. Start the life of plug plants. How beautiful are these petals right now? For $13.58. All the different colours as you spy. 401564. Coming up next, the lobelia side of things. Again, of course, you can shop along with us as we were showing you on screen, but you can get ahead of us on YouGarden.com. Click in the top corner where you see the YGTV logo, and all of these products we're talking about, these plants, which have the extra discounts, which gives you free P&P with the code, are all listed there. That lobelia, the Queen Victoria variety, is 560860. Lophos side of things. The Duo collection, which is actually a triple collection, but you know, we're not going to query that. 401010. 12 plug plants there. You can see that sort of like tubular design. Again, wall hangers, hanging baskets, or out of just straight up pots. Really, really pretty though for $18.68. I'm giving you club prices there. The begonia Sahara, 20 garden ready plants for you, flowers here, a lovely variety, a little carpet of colour here, isn't it? 410207, the RRP being $25.98. Because you're shopping via the TV side of things, money off, even more for club members. The Dahlia side of things, the dinner plate mix, big flowers here, really striking, really identifiable. And even I love all these pictures. Obviously the pictures are taken at the height of, because I want to show you your potential you can do. But in here, you can see, look, the little buds still ready to go. So plenty of flowers for you here. 630319 is your item number. Pop that in your basket, press checkout with the code free P&P, delivered to you ASAP. Cafe au lait, really lovely blush, light pink tones for you, darker tones in the middle as you can spy, both in tone and with the shadow, but then blooming into these huge, almost like they're almost calla lily-esque little petals in there, aren't they, particularly around the centre. 630387 is your item number for the calla lily. Cafe au lait variety. Okay, the lilac standard, you're getting 2 of these in the 3-litre pots for $42.48, your item number here. Lots of tiny little dainty flowers, very, very pretty. 510626 is your item number. the pride of Madeira. Isn't it wonderful, the variety and the spectrum on this show? There's even more across the website, but these get handpicked by the YouGarden TV team to be brought into the potting shed for you at home to get extra discounts. Not just a club membership, but extra discounts anyway. Then to use with that code again. So that code isn't website wide, it's YGTV wide. So you're going to get a further, free P&P here and even further 15% off because of that. YGTV 2025 is that item number. That pink carpet, the Million Stars, is coming up next. If you love those tiny, maybe the sort of ditzy flowers, the tiny petals and the flowers are the ones that you love, well, here's another option for you, the Million Stars side of things. 511678 will get this delivered to your door. By the way, I know it's nearly 12 o'clock. We stop here at 12:30. You can rewind the whole thing and watch again. Maybe you're just joining us because there's been plenty we don't get to in the last half hour that we've seen before. So do rewind on Facebook, on YouTube. But here we go. The rose side of things. This is the Climbing Arthur Bell. Big flower heads here for 530362. Well done, everybody. But please, just to recap, every single order that you place, whether you're shopping once, maybe you're shopping 100 times, YGTV 2025 will get you free P&P and activate the double up, activate the buy one, get one freeze. Hi, Bex.
Hello.
Wait, what's making you chuckle?
We've got more comments on the dahlias. Regarding spent dahlias, how about there's no point in pointy ones?
Excellent. There's no point.
There's no point in the pointy ones. Get rid of them.
That's very. Although that could get confused. Because if I'm thinking there's no point, I'm thinking, oh, is that round? Yeah. And then we're all.
You're overthinking it.
Yeah. Who was that from?
Sorry, that was from Kevin and Julie in Cleethorpes.
Thank you, Kevin and Julie.
Thank you.
Cleethorpes not far away.
Yeah, my friends live up in Grimsby, so I know Cleethorpes quite well.
Yeah.
Spent many a night on Cleethorpes.
On Cleethorpes?
On Cleethorpes.
Is that what they call it?
The beachfront.
Sorry.
The seafront bit.
I'm on your Cleethorpes.
What's the club at the corner called? Can't remember. I spent many a night in there. No. Anyway, moving on. Norma Jane, enjoying the show, but I'm getting tempted again. I need help. I'm running out of room. Any suggestions? Buy a bigger house. That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm having to do.
I'm extending the mortgage. Like, who cares, right?
You only live once. It'll happen, don't worry.
Just make my heart.
Yeah.
Oh, right, there we go. So, lovely little greenhouse there.
Are these from Norma?
These are from Norma.
Norma Jane. Thank you, Norma Jane.
Yes. Oh, I love these little pots.
Look at these.
Got
It's really neat. Norma, you're really
growing.
neat, by the way, I feel like.
I like it, Norma. That's really cute. Right,
lovely.
let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Look at this.
Is this still Norma Jane?
Pots. Yeah. All the pots.
Now, there's a bit of a theme here with your pots, isn't there not, Norma? That sort of bluey, almost like, what's the sort of, not terracotta, I don't mean that, do I? What's the sort of,
I don't know, what are you trying to say?
Yeah,
Dan?
I don't know.
Spit it out.
Like plates and cutlery and stuff in like blue and white.
Oh.
That blue is that blue there, right?
Wedgwood.
Is that what I'm thinking of?
Potentially.
Wasn't he a DJ?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, Norma.
That's looking lovely, Norma.
It is, isn't it?
Like that. Let's have a look. She's got some more. You have to press a button, Matt.
Technically, there's a lot of pushing buttons here, and then Matt has to push a button in between, but you can never talk about it. It's very good, you guys. You like that, Matt? Good man.
Oh, look what's going on here. I love your statue. What is this here
That's
in
very
the
grand.
background?
Look at
That's
this.
lovely, whatever that is. Your neighbour's got a green. I always look into the neighbour's garden.
What's the neighbour up to? Hey, I like the different height and thing. What's that one with the big...
The cordyline.
Is that what that is?
It could be a cordyline.
Like
could
the
be a formium.
The different heights here, like with the larger one on the back and then the cordyline then there and then little...
Check out the hostas, right? I'm going into the hostas. Are there any nibble leaves on the hostas? No, they're looking very good. I bet you're using your stralt because there's no holes in the hostas.
There we go.
They're very nice, Norma Jane. And one final picture. Oh, you are a proper container gardener.
Oh, do I see a tower?
You do see a tower pot, and you see the one that we've got here as well. And that one's
1, 2,
in
3, 4.
Actually, that is not the same tower pot.
That is not the same part, Norma Jane.
It is very similar.
How dare.
And I love it. I love it.
Are they some little lights?
Yeah, those are lovely little, probably solar
Little
lights.
solar
yeah.
bulby bits.
Really
Norma Jane, I'm really
pretty.
impressed with this. I think it's lovely how you've set everything out, and it's like very, very neat.
Oh, I'd spend ages wandering around there looking at all the pots. Very nice. Very nice, Norma. Thank you so much. That's the end of the emails for the time being. And I love this, Grimmy. Thank you for this, because I did not know this. So, you know when I say never cast a clout till May is out?
Yeah.
Now, Grimmy reckons, and I like this because this helps me make sense of it, he says, I believe the May referred to in the saying is the hawthorn blossom, which comes out in May, not the month.
Oh.
So I've misinterpreted that saying since I was a child and my mum was saying it. So maybe that's right, and I thank you, Grimmy, for letting me know that.
So the May is out, as in bloomed, not the month.
Yeah, until the May is out.
Yeah.
Not to the end of May.
No.
I like that.
So all that advice you've given, forget it.
I mean, forget it. I mean, forget everything I've said. No, don't. Thank you, though.
That's cool.
I'm gonna do some more research on all that.
Yeah, I really love on. Oh, we've got to walk and talk.
Okay.
You coming?
I'll bring this with me.
Go on. I really love on TikTok, by the way, when. Obviously, we are on TikTok live from 1:30 on the YouGarden side of things. But I think I follow something, or must have watched a lot of something, which tells you where old-fashioned sayings come from.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I see those all, and that's the kind of thing that's explained.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there are so many sayings that we grow up with as a child that you sort of understand the general gist behind, but you don't actually know exactly what it means.
Like look at the gift horse in the mouth and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and where these different things come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, segue.
We can go on and make our own channel now with that.
Well, someone's already done it.
Yeah. Oh.
But we can.
All right, won't bother then.
Let's just watch what they do, write it down, and just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
A lot of people do that.
Now, after the bell's on the screen, Matt, is that what we're doing? All right, let's do Oleander.
He's fighting with cameras at the minute.
He is, there's a lot of that going on. Don't blame you. But after all, you've got the roses on the show and many other varieties, species.
Yeah, we've got Zephyrin Druin if you want a thornless variety. That's on the live today, so you could get free postage on that one. But right now we're going to do the Oleander tricolour again. So the beautiful tricolour Oleander, where you get 3 in 1. You get the pink, you get the red, and you get the white, and these are all growing together in the same pot. I think this is, I just think it's a bit unusual. People will look at it and go, what? 3 colours in one plant? How's that going on?
Chill out, guys.
I really like that, though. I like to grow something a little bit different, maybe that does invite people to ask questions.
Yeah.
And I also love the flowering ability of this plant, that it goes right the way through to autumn and just, you know, easy to look after. The fact that it's drought tolerant when it gets established is really, really helpful as well. It wants a bright sunny spot in your garden. It's versatile because you can container grow it and you can plant it in the ground if you want to, and certainly if you live in the milder areas of the country. Now we reckon about 1 metre, but these have been known in this country to get taller, particularly in the milder areas of the country as well. They can cope with a bit of minus, down to probably about -5 for short periods. I wouldn't say prolonged, really nasty, frosty periods. But if you give it the right winter protection, you'll get it through year to year really easily.
Have I made this up? You put oleanders in hanging baskets. Have I made that up?
You've made that up.
Okay, fine. Just checking out loud. Maybe you're thinking the same thing.
No, it's a bit shrubby and uprighty. You wouldn't be able to grow it in a hanging basket.
Not shrubbery.
Shrubby.
Shrubby. Okay.
Too big. Too vigorous.
Okay, if you want individual colours, just purely pink, pure red, pure white, etc. on the website, and actually via YouGarden TV, right? So therefore you get to use the code as well. But nevertheless, I love that. Maybe you can't make up your mind. You just want something different. Look after itself. Away you go. All 3 together. 680346. Okie dokie. Cuphea?
Cuphea, yeah, one of the most popular ones on Thursday. Certainly one of the most popular ones today as well. Brand new to us, actually. This was new to us on Thursday. And this is for planting in your garden if you want a bit of a wildlife magnet or something just that little bit different. Beautiful colour combinations. Each one of these plants, you're getting 6 of them, 3 colours, 2 of each. They'll reach about 35-ish centimetres height spread here. So great for putting into pots, great for putting maybe into the centre of a hanging basket. They will grow more upright. This isn't a trailing plant, but nice upright in the centre there, but pots, window boxes, into the front of borders. As long as it's in a sunny spot, that would be the best place for it. Part shade would be fine, but ideal location would be that sunny spot. Hot sunny borders, don't usually need deadheading either, these ones, so nice low maintenance option for your garden, but certainly one to bring all of those pollinators in. And you will see that there are flowers forming. That one has opened up, so we've got that beautiful little flower forming on there, and really nice strong sturdy stems here.
a beautiful example of how it's delivered. We spoke about it at the very start, but like I remember you describing it as like little greenhouses. They get
miniature
for protection, sent through the post for you. Away you go.
Yeah, and they're labelled as well with their colours. So if you want to put certain colours in certain parts of your garden, it does tell you on the labels which one is which.
Lovely. Here we go for £11 and 4p by being in the club, which anyone can be at 401519. Now then. Helianthus, nearly every single basket, maybe individually or maybe with lots of other stuff in it, is adding these in. Maybe it's just a ferocity of how many flowers you're going to be getting. So you saw on the reviews, and one of the gardeners here stopped counting at 1,000.
Yeah,
don't blame you.
In July or something.
Yeah, isn't it incredible?
So there's still several months of flowering after that. These can produce so many flowers, and they're doing it now right the way through to October, maybe even into November. It's an annual plant, so this is one that you'll buy every season. But for $16.99 to get 2 of them, honestly, it's well worth going for this on a yearly basis. Just constant flowers, and its secret to success is that it is a sterile plant. Okay. It cannot set seed, so all of the energy goes into flower production. And that's how you get so many flowers on here for months and months on end. It was an award winner, prestigious 3rd place finalist at the 2018 Chelsea Flower Show, which is an amazing accolade. It's a winner, isn't it? All the way through. Bright sunshine yellow flowers, and so many on here that you would be able to cut those stems and have cut flower displays in your house all the way through. So you could probably cut flowers every other day from this and you wouldn't even notice it on the plant. You were talking about this with Aces, actually. Like, what a great giftable. Yeah, really good. When you pop around someone's house, or you say a thank you, get whatever it is, and just this pot of flowers is on the way to you. If you think the cost of a bouquet of flowers... Yeah. I mean, £20-25 for a decent bouquet of cut flowers, for a decent bouquet, a decent one. Not at my local garage. But they look great for a week, 10 days. Mm-hmm. That's going to look great right the way through to October. And this is what we were talking about before with that code, YGTV 2025. It's buy one, get one free. So you're going to get that and another in there for no extra cost as long as you pop in the code. Just put one in your basket. If you put 2 in your basket, you'll get another 2 free. So put 1 in your basket, enter the code. The code will add the free 1 into your basket. Unless you want more, then you'll get more. Yeah. It's up to you. 560-541. Yeah, buy one, get one free. Congratulations on getting hold of yours. Azaleas. Yeah, the gorgeous Azalea Encore. Encourst au revoir. I keep doing this. I keep mixing 2 words together. Encore Sunburst becomes Encourst. So this is the azalea that's going to flower for you a couple of times. Rather than just having that one amazing flower season, this will do it twice in the year. So springtime, you'll get that main flowering. Look, this is exactly what you could be expecting to get on these plants. Azaleas, rhododendrons, they smother the plants in their showy, gorgeous, frilly, beautiful flowers. But you've got that evergreen foliage on there as well, which stays true all year round. They just need a couple of things from you. They need the ericaceous compost, the acid soil, and they need to be in a slightly more shady spot in your garden. So dappled shade is perfect, or part shade is ideal, just not all day. They don't want to be there all day long. If you've got acid soil in your garden already, plant them in the ground. They look fantastic as part of your mixed border. But if not, grow them in pots with your ericaceous compost, and that will keep them flowering, for a long, long time. And they can be long-lived. They can be in your garden for many years. Really pretty, really almost like if you're going to draw a flower when you're a kid, you may well draw these. Like really iconic, aren't they? Beautiful azaleas. 511-451. By the way, if you want to get your emails in, you still can. 18 minutes left on this live edition. YGTV@YouGarden.com. I know a lot of you are already. These are fabulous. Again, if you're not sure where to go, but you love to get something, you don't want to miss out on an offer, maybe you're thinking the sunflower side of things, this is it. Yeah, no, I love these. These are always popular and have been for several years now since we've been bringing them. Yep. The African Sun, the Osteospermum, Purple Sun, the African Daisy Osteospermum. Gorgeous colour combination that you've got here. The yellow tipped edges, the magenta centre, which is my new favourite thing to say. The magenta centre. 3 of the 9cm pots, loads of flowers on these. I mean, you'd almost think this is a sterile plant with the amount of flowers that this can produce. Constant flowers right the way through until autumn. In fact, a couple of years ago when I grew them, I had them in a pot, and I needed that pot for something else, for a perennial that was growing. So It got to the end of the summer. It was. I think it was like end of September, early October, and I was like, right, these Osteospermum are still flowering amazingly, but I need that. But like, I need to pot this other thing up.
Okay.
So I kind of yanked the Osteospermum out, and I put them in. I just chucked them in a heavy-duty pot. And about 4 weeks later, they were still flowering.
Still doing their thing.
Even though I'd yanked them out of their home.
And disrupted them a little bit.
Honestly, they just kept going. These are the ones that I grew. I was trying to do some arty slow-mo shots here. But they do look really pretty, don't they? On that bright, sunny day, really illuminating in my garden. But then, even on the dull days, they looked incredible as well. Can't remember how many plants I put into that pot, but each one of these plants that we're bringing you, they will spread by probably 30, 40 centimetres.
So what is this in?
It's in our premium professional compost in a pot.
Okay. I love your camera work. I like at the end there you didn't push the focus either. You just
You kept it. that was done on purpose.
Yeah, no, it was. Of course it was. Absolutely. So you're in very good company, of course, from Rebecca having hers. Also Sean Ryan, who you see on here all the time. He loves these too. Check it out.
So I grew these from plug plants from YouGarden, the Osteospermum Purple Sun. And I think they look magnificent. I mean, the colours on these are absolutely beautiful. Now, I have got a confession to make. I did slightly overplant. So if you're thinking, how do I achieve that look? These are big pots, about 45 centimetres, and I did put 6 plants in each. So I could have got away with less, but I don't know. I'm a bit greedy, and I just think they look fantastic like this. So yeah, if you want to grow them, they're from YouGarden. They're the Osteospermum Purple Sun. And these are going to flower all summer long.
There you go, thank you, Sean. Where is he? Where is he today? Why am I here and he's not?
I think he's taking the day off because he did a TSV at QVC. Which is quite a long day, isn't it? Launches at 9 o'clock one day and doesn't finish until 9 o'clock the next day.
And at his age.
It was, I know. It's hard when you get that
That's
old,
fair.
isn't it?
But he does get a discount on a rail card now, so...
Yeah, well, so there you go.
Pros and cons.
But yeah, I think it was it Friday into Saturday, or was it... I think it was Friday into Saturday. Did any of you watch him? Did you see his... Because it was Roses, wasn't it, on the TSV? I didn't manage to tune in myself, but I hope it went really well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hope so.
No doubt it is. So you can, if you're watching QVC, etc., it is you guys.
Yeah.
There you are.
Absolutely. But yes, I think he's taking a day off, because obviously that's quite hard work, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is.
I just say at his age.
Yeah. Poor old boy.
Only joking. He's not that old at all.
No, I know. And plus he's got his driver, so he can get home. Joking.
Tom has sent an email.
Heavy duty pots are on the screen for you, which we'll go to those in just a second. Oh, Amanda was watching, were you, Amanda? Wonderful. Good stuff.
Amanda does watch us in.
But you've got some emails. Whilst you're reading that email, I'm going to bring up the pots.
All right. Tom has emailed. He says,
Tom.
"Hi guys, I love watching and wanted to share my garden now. I've got my planters and the many plants I got from you." From you lot, planted. Most have labels, so kind of ruined the guess the plant game. Thanks for all the knowledge and entertainment. From Tom on YouTube. Moon cheese on TikTok, yay!
What Tom is?
Yeah. Love that you guys from TikTok are coming and finding us over here as well. Thank you so much for coming over. Oh, here we go. And you get to send us pictures here as well, because you can't send us pictures on TikTok, so it's really nice to see these. Absolutely gorgeous.
This is Tom, right? This is uniform. Look at those solar lights in the back. Like, I love that.
Love, love, love. Really like. Look at all of those. Hang on.
Those are white stones on the floor as well.
Oh, it's the flamenco. And yeah, the brainstorm. I recognise the brainstorm, and I couldn't remember the name, so I'm really glad that you labelled that. Very nice. Bye, Simon.
Cheers,
see you next
Simon.
time. Thank you for coming in. Right, let me see the other pictures. Sorry, let's come back. That looks really nice. Amanda says that Sean's back on there tomorrow. Is he back tomorrow?
Maybe
he must be. And then we're all at Chelsea on the Tuesday. Maybe he's staying down. Maybe he's staying over till the Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's probably stayed down.
So if you're going to Chelsea, can people come see you?
Nope, because it's the gala event, so it's after the public have gone away. Oh. So it's by. I am a bit smug about that, sorry. It's by sort of special invite, and it's when it shuts the doors to the public, and then the gala event starts. So it means that you actually get to go and have a little look round and not be 12 people deep at the show gardens. You get to actually properly go and see it all. I'm so excited.
Are you going to go to the BBC Radio Dog Garden?
Probably.
Monty Don with BBC have designed a dog garden.
Yeah, can't wait.
I heard about that on the radio on the way here.
Can't wait! I'm going to be celebrity spotting.
People will be spotting you, Rebecca, now.
Shush, no,
they will.
Right, let's have a look at Tom's garden. That's the more important thing. Look what we've got going on here. Lovely. Cordylines. Oh, a Pyrrhus. Love Pyrrhus. What else have we got going on in here?
Do you recognise?
I don't recognise.
One little sprayer.
What is that one there? That is...
You can't read that, can you?
No.
No, I can't.
I tried though.
You did.
That looks like some kind of... I don't know. Like it though, Tom.
Now,
Not looking good, Tom.
On the top of there, what did Tom have? It looked like some bark.
What? Yeah, he's got the spruce bark mulch.
Ah. There we go.
Yeah, lovely. Helps to stop the weeds coming through. Gives the plants a little
looks really
duvet.
good. Thank you, Tom.
The winter
More to come from Tom as well.
Really I want to sit there and have a cup of tea in the morning or a cup of coffee. Let's not lie. Oh, was it the 3 blueberry set? Where? On that previous picture? Was it? Oh, okay. Those look ace though, don't they? Look at those lovely little red, and I like your little green ones you've got going on over there. That's cute.
I looked at that and thought, oh, you've got a toy car in the background. But it's not, it's just really far away.
Oh, Tom, that looks so inviting. Whereabouts are you, Tom? Where in the country? That's what we want to know.
Because director Matt is guessing Yorkshire. Matt,
He's guessing Yorkshire. I don't know why. Stone buildings, something like that.
Oh,
like
right,
Yorkshire
the sort of building.
stone.
All right, yeah.
Tom, can you help us please and let us know whereabouts? You don't have to give us your full address.
No.
But just, roughly in the country
Also,
where
Tom,
you are.
just throw us off and just make it up. He's like, oh, I'm in Suffolk. And he's...
and he's got 2 standard lavender. Oh, yes, 2 standard lavenders. Lavender. Either side of that seating area. That's going to smell delightful. Yeah,
love that. Thank you for
really
sharing.
good, Tom. Thank you for sending your garden progress. We love to see it. Maybe not going to get much time to show anymore, but if you do want to send in any emails, it's ygtv@yougarden.com. And keep sending your chats and things in. We're here for another sort of 10 minutes or so. So
we are indeed. Those chats can be on YouTube. Just search YouGarden on Facebook as well. On both of those platforms, you can rewind this show. So you're just joining us right now, and you want, because we're going to go quite quick from now on. Maybe not. Maybe we're not. Maybe we just talk about something else. But you can see everything there. But more importantly, you can shop on YouGarden.com. However you're watching, YouGarden.com. Click on the YouGarden TV logo. Then all of these products have the extra discounts, 15% off for club members. YGTV 2025 is applicable to them. Free P&P with that code. Please use the code YGTV 2025. I'll always enjoy that picture. Always. That is where you're going to get free P&P on everything you're seeing right here. So free delivery on the compost, on the tomatoes, on the floral elements, the standard lilacs after all, and on the heavy duty pots where we're going to end up being next.
Tom's in the northwest on the border of Lancashire and Yorkshire with a south-facing garden.
Very good,
Did
Matthew.
I miss a photo, Tom? He says, I did include a photo of the twisted bay trees with the tiny versions at the base.
Let's go back in.
Could you have a quick check and see if you think they would make cuttings? I asked last week, but no photo on TikTok. All right, let's have a little look.
Let's go back. We're going back, Tom.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, there's more
didn't
pictures.
swipe far enough. Classic you on
There's
social media,
more
not swiping all the way to the end.
Potentially, yes, Tom, you could. Yeah, I mean, look, you want to remove those anyway because obviously it spoils the look of the plant. But yeah, why not? Give it a go. I think bay is quite easy actually to take. I haven't done it, but I think you could quite easily with bay take cuttings and create new plants from those. Why not? Try it.
Well, off we go. Was there one more picture after that?
One more picture. Oh, just another
angles,
little
angles.
That looks
Bring it in.
so
Go
cute,
on.
doesn't it?
We've got the washing out as well.
Love that. Yeah, that's really nice. That little bit that's just in the dappled shade bit there. Got your water butt going, nice.
A lot of pots ready to go.
That is really cute. I like that a lot.
Yeah, beautiful. Tom, appreciate that.
I'd love to sit out there.
Go on then, head
Next
up.
time I'm up that way, Tom, I'm popping round.
There she goes.
I've said that to everybody now. When I'm down in Dorset, I'm going to go and visit the Turtle Sanctuary.
Yeah.
I'm going all over the place. I'm going to do a YouGarden customer tour. Go and visit.
Off you go. Exactly.
Everybody.
Get the car branded up.
Exactly.
Off you go.
Just go on a little car journey.
There you go. Righto. Now,
Whatever the head gardener will pay for that.
just want to find out.
No,
now then, this is we come back to the compost all the time. We come back to heavy duty pots. Like conversation takes you all over the place. You see it in your photos as well. You see it in your photos, in Sean's photos, etc., etc. What is the fuss about? How useful are they?
They're so useful. You find loads of different uses for them. I think So traditionally, these are used as a growing pot.
Okay.
A commercial, professional growing pot, and that's the important thing with these. Now, the reason they are used as that is because they are strong, sturdy. The handles are moulded into place. They don't crack, they don't break. Sean, I know, has had his for probably, what does he say? Something like up to 15 years he's had some of his pots, and he's never broken one. I reckon I've had some for a good 8 to 10 years, never broken one. It's the drainage holes in the bottom of the pot that also help them to be a commercial growing pot. Most plants, and I'm just saying most because obviously there's a few exceptions, but most plants hate sitting wet. They can recover quicker from drought than they can from sitting wet. Because of those great big drainage holes, it means that when we get a month's worth of rain in 20 minutes, which often happens in this country, it's not sitting constantly wet. You've got the drainage holes in the bottom, you've also got the drainage holes around the side. So even if the bottom holes get blocked, there's still somewhere for that water to run away. But as you can see in this video, we've got loads of uses for them. Decanting the compost before we're potting up, doing the deadheading, picking out all of the weeds from the garden, then it goes into your compost heap, all into your bin. Storing all your most used gardening tools, your secateurs, your gloves, your kneeling pads, just store them in there. And then you've got the bucket ready for when you're doing your deadheading and picking up all of those leaves. Look, this is his area underneath the eucalyptus tree, which I know he sort of despairs of sometimes. You can see the look on his face. But there it is as the deadheading ready to go into the bin or compost heap. Perhaps you've got a wood burner. If you have, and you need to transport your logs to and from the log store,
coal fire.
Then you can do that. You've got the strong handles there. It can cope with the heavy weight. Amanda, yes, she said she ordered these on Friday. She thinks she's got about 30 of them now. You're beating me, Amanda. Definitely got
That is a very good point, because obviously, Amanda, if they weren't wonderful and really useful, everything you say,
you wouldn't come back.
We're very lucky. We get to see these touchies, feel them. You wouldn't buy them.
No,
Sean
absolutely.
Sean bought his because we always used to work on another channel, and Peter used to provide to that channel 15, 20 years ago. That's why Sean's had his for so long. They're the same pots. If they weren't everything we say, sometimes things get trialled and changed and things. If they weren't everything as promised, they wouldn't last the strength of time. They wouldn't be reordered as many times. Amanda wouldn't reorder them as well. So I hope that's testament to how useful, how strong, how durable they are. Yeah, definitely. And I found that. I know a lot of you have found that as well, whether you're a new customer or whether you've been with us for many, many years. It's one of those mainstay, staple items that you have to have in your garden. I know they're not the most decorative of pots. I don't care though, to be perfectly honest, because I think it actually makes the plants stand out even more. Yeah. There are certain pots you want where they need to be a bit more decorative, but there's others where you just need the utilitarian, absolutely usefulness of these. But it's the sort of thing where you get so excited about the flowers and you can really, you guys at home can see why we love them too. With these, it's just a recommendation. As excited about these, as about the flowers, as about the trees, because of how useful you're going to find them. Now, what do we physically get home? You're going to get 5 of them. Okay. So you've got the Big Daddy, the 50 litre. This is the newest addition to the range here. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything you couldn't grow in that. Basically, you could grow so many things in that pot. So many large items, and because of the strong handles, you could move it around your garden. You might need 2 people, but one of you on either side, you'll be able to move it. You get the 35 litre, which will stack inside it. So if you're not using these pots at any time, don't see why you wouldn't be. But if you're not, they will stack and store. Yep. And then you're going to get 3 of the classic, the 30 litres in there as well. So it's 5 pots in total for £25.47. So what is that? £5, 10p a pot, and no postage to pay. Great maths. Thank you. Fast maths, right there. Fast maths. YGTV 2025 free PMP 130681. So bravo if you're ordering that. Tom's come back to us, hasn't he? Yes. Apparently in April his garden was nothing but a square of grass, and now in April, as in this April, yeah. So a month ago. Tom's obviously found us on TikTok and had a wonderful time. Tom, I love that. That's really cool. And now come here, which is good. Thank you. Yes, reclaiming a spot somewhere that was once abandoned, or maybe it wasn't your thing, or you want to get the good stuff. Yeah. The ones that professionals use, the ones, etc., etc. It's exactly where you're at. So that is all things heavy duty. 130681. Oh, I tucked them away under there. Look. That's a good place to tuck them. Got your barrels. Yeah, the barrel planters are awesome as well. Another new item for us here in the potting shed. We were told these were coming in. Really glad they have now arrived.
3 of them. It's the multi-pack, and this is your sort of, there's barrel planters, which they're quite aspirational. People aspire to have those.
Some of the photos we've seen today have the wooden ones, which I get.
They are beautiful, but they do come with a bit of maintenance. They're wood and metal, so you've got to maintain them. You've got to make sure they don't rust. You've got to, varnish and paint and what have you. You don't have to worry about that with these. They are made of durable plastic, frost-resistant, UV stabilised. They've got the extra detail on there, so you can see the sort of wood graining effect on there. You've even got the rivets on there as well, so you can sort of see that. They don't have holes in, so if you do need to use this as a pot with drainage, you need to add those holes in. But I like that they're not in there already, because then it makes it a bit more versatile. If you want one as a water feature, or you want one to be able to use for large indoor plants, it could be a pot cover for a big, like Monstera deliciosa or something like that.
That would look great.
Would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with you on that, completely with you on that.
But then you've still got the option to be able to use it for an outdoor pot as well, just by simply drilling some holes in the bottom.
Couple minutes left.
I know, not long.
That's all we've got. Wow. Okay, to get all your barrel again, I know we're going to run out of time because we're stopping at 5:30. You can get on the website yougarden.com. You can find all of your item numbers there and shop away when you're ready. All 3 of those for 38.22 at 130692. Well done, everybody. She's walking off, so I'm going to follow.
We're going here.
Over there, from here, from there, from here. Lobelia, let's go. Right, we've got like 30 seconds to. Thing.
That clock's not quite right.
No, it's not, is it?
Lobelia Queen Victoria is a beautiful plant if you want to provide some contrast in your garden. Dark coloured foliage. You'll always hear us talking about dark coloured foliage here, because it does give you that gorgeous contrast. But this is not a foliage plant, or not just a foliage plant. Okay. This is also going to give you those beautiful flowers that you have on here. Bright red. I always think they look a bit like a bird of paradise, the way that these are shaped.
Oh, yeah.
There's a garden around the corner from me. They've got a gravel garden out the front, and I've seen the lobelia coming through at the moment. It's starting to appear, but later on in the year, this is one of the most amazing
You're
plants.
a proper garden twitcher, aren't you?
I am a twitcher, yeah, when it comes to gardens. I do start looking in other people's gardens.
Yeah.
In a good way.
In a weird way.
I'm not like over the back fence trying to do that,
Who's that in my garden? Don't worry, in a good way. It's Rebecca.
I did stop off. I was driving somewhere, and they had the fritillaria, the Crown Imperial, growing. Some of you will know you've grown it yourself. And I didn't plant any this year, and I was like, excuse me. They're doing up the house, and they were up there. And I pulled in with my teenage son, who was mightily embarrassed. He was like, no, don't. I pulled into the drive, and I was like, excuse me, would you mind if I just took some pictures of your flowers, please? And some videos. And they're like, yeah, go ahead. But that's the kind of person I am now. Driving along the road, stop off to take pictures of people's flowers.
Well, why not?
So yeah, this one is a beautiful one, and that garden that I see this growing in, I do stop and look at it. I stop and admire it every single time I walk past it. It is so pretty. It's winter hardy down to about -5. I would give it a good mulch layer, and I would go for strulch, because not only will it give it that duvet it needs in winter, but it will protect it from the slugs and snails when the new growth comes through next year.
Here we go. 560-860 to get hold of yours. Yeah, there's the petals off the old Arthur Bell, right?
Love it. Sorry.
That's right, 1272. Let's continue on, though, because we've got our Kalita.
Calibrachoa! We're into our last minute, but if you are looking for a lovely little hanging basket trailing plant, then Calibrachoa Kalita is a really good one. You're getting 6 different varieties, 2 of each, so these will tumble and trail over the edges of your hanging baskets, or pots and window boxes as well. They are the double flowers, so you're getting layers of petals included, and they are just... They're delicate, they're dainty. I say delicate, they can cope with the British weather, but they're smaller flowers, and I really like that. You get loads of them, though.
401564. Well done, everybody. Begonias. Should we do begonias very quickly?
Quickly. Begonias.
Go on. Change it, then we'll go, I promise.
These can work with your shady borders, your sunny borders. It doesn't really matter what the summer weather has to throw at them. If you haven't got enough yet, you've got your 20 garden-ready plants here. They're garden-ready. They're ready to go out. A customer favourite every single year, and it's all about the foliage and the flower on this one.
Thank you, Bex.
Pleasure.
Thank you all. Loads of emails, loads of comments, loads of photographs. Yeah, we really love all those. We are going to be back at 1:30 live on YouGarden TikTok, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
Come and join us there.
Yes, you've got TikTok there, then come and join us. Otherwise, when else are we live in the Potting Shed on Facebook and YouTube?
That will be next Thursday. We'll be back on YGTV. We do TikTok quite a few days, but Thursday we'll be back with a new show on Thursday.
Yes, indeed. So there'll be lots of talk then, because that'll be post Chelsea.
It will.
Won't it? So
we'll shut up about it, I promise. We won't talk about it too much.
Maybe. Anyway. Right, Matt, are we out of time? Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Get shopping. YouGarden.com is where you can go and see everything. And when you're checking out, use that code YGTV2025. Thank you for having me, Bex. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
We'll see you on TikTok.
Always.
Otherwise, get shopping. The website's on the screen. Bye-bye.